Hey there, I'm Cyberchroma, and welcome back to another stream. Hello, one and all. We are back in Unity, doing Unity coding things, which we haven't done in a bit. Just been, doing other things in other streams that have been, going good. Let me start the background music. It's too quiet now, right? Because I messed with that before. Hold on, let me just do it a last second tinkering. Something like that. Very quiet, so it's not overpowering my voice, and also there's random bits of music in my playlist of random video game music. Some are louder and some are quieter, so just make sure that that's more likely to be fine. Anyways, we are back doing Rubik's Cube things. We are trying to make a functional Rubik's Cube in Unity, and it is making progress. We only started this. Well, the last stream where we were working on this was the first one where we were doing this. But that was like 3 or 4 streams ago, something like that. Yeah, so we have a cube that, we have the centerpieces and we have one example of an edge. But once one is done, then we can copy and paste it around for the rest of them, and it shouldn't be that bad. And when we have, once the edges are done, I don't think the corners, they'll have some extra issues, but we're coding how we're making the edges work in a way that I think then the corners won't be that bad. On top of it, we'll see. But yeah, currently we can hypothetically do a turn like this. Right now, just as hotkeys, I have, well, F turns the front face and Shift F turns the other way. I think Control 2 does oh yeah, it does do a double turn. Doesn't really make a difference technically, but we don't have an easy way actually to control which. If I wanted the 180 turn to go the other way, we don't actually have an easy way of forcing that, but still, I mean, it works. It's functional, so it's not the worst at the moment. What isn't functional is if I try to turn the other directions. Yeah, that's, well, actually, if I do this, if I go in and into play mode, and the only turns I make are an F turn and then an R turn, I think we'll see temporarily that, hey, look, it looks like it's turning correctly, but that won't. Yeah. Oh, and then that's gonna do that, yes. So, and I know why this is doing this. This was where we ended off last stream. We had some code that was kind of in progress that we're getting, the code that lets an edge know where it is on the cube and what centers it's around and all that sort of stuff. We're getting that code up and running in a way that, so it's gonna use that to decide, hey, this centerpiece is turning, should I be turning as well? Or more the other way around. When a centerpiece is turning, it's like, hey, what edges and corners are around me? These ones should all turn, yeah, and do that turning. And then, well, we already technically kind of have that, but the extra bit of, hey, now that I've turned you guys need to all update where you actually are and know where you now are on the cube. And then, use that going forward to, when the next centerpiece turns, to know whether you are around it. Anyway, so conceptually, that's how some of this is going. There's probably fine. Well, I know it's, well, yeah, where we ended things last time, some of this wasn't functional yet. We started coding a thing we didn't completely finish. So where we're going to be starting is some of the code that I set up for a front and a back turn of the centers that then updates where the cube thinks that it is, or where the piece, an edge piece thinks that it is. I've got to put in that same kind of identical code for up-down turns and left-right turns. And also just that I haven't looked at this at all since last time that I was working on this. I got to just remember what the heck I was doing in the first place. So we have, oh boy, a Rubik's Cube manager that is going to have a list of all the, right now, the lists of centers and edges, and is going to have the list of corners. And I'm having these be separate lists rather than having one big list of all 20 pieces. By separating them by centers and edges and corners, it's just going to help some stuff later on. And that if I'm grabbing a particular list, I can assume that what I'm currently looking at is for sure an edge. I don't have to test comparing edges and corners and all that. Also, there's some times where we only want to just cycle through all the edges and do stuff. I don't have to cycle through one big list of pieces and then, each one go through and is this an edge? Then do stuff. Anyways, so, currently in terms of controlling the cube, it's kind of like a, temporary debug thing. It's just that I have, if I type the buttons front, right, up, back, left, down, then it turns those directions. The long-term thing that I want to do is get chat to control the cube. So you guys can type stuff which we gotta figure out exactly what the command's gonna look like. If it's just gonna be like exclamation mark F, or if there'll need to be some prefix about the fact that we're talking about the Rubik's Cube program or something. Like exclamation mark Rubik's F or B, something like that. I don't know. Like that stuff, we'll figure that out when we get there, but regardless, in some form, you'll be able to type something along the lines of F, R, whatever, and then have it be hooked up to the program where then it will turn the correct side, in theory. So, while we're not doing any of that yet, right now, we're just getting it to work for me on my end. We just have, I can press the buttons and it makes the stuff do as it should. Also just, I can put in like, left shift to do an inverse turn, and right now control to make it a double turn, so like F2 and all that. So, yeah. Anyways, so this stuff, calculates my inputs and then gets passed into here. That is the string, that is the instruction, where this would be the part that, in theory, later on, we would take a chat message, maybe trim off at the beginning, it's like exclamation mark, whatever, maybe trim off that, whatever, and then it would pass into here as being, here's the turn instruction, go. Right now, if we're in the middle of doing a turn and we receive a new turn instruction, right now we just ignore it. And like, if we're mid-turning, then we're not going to try to start any other turns. Eventually, I want to be able to pass in full algorithms. So like in one line, like F, R, B prime, U2, whatever. And then have it, cut up those individually, look at the individual instructions, and then execute them in some kind of queue, doing them one at a time. But before we even want to think about that, we need just all these turns to start to work correctly in the first place, right? So, one at a time thing. Okay, so, just to kind of remind myself how this was working. Right now, there's some things that are hard-coded that assume 90-degree turns that we're getting functional, and then we'll get more stuff working with the double and counterclockwise turns, but we'll get there. So, I take in a turn instruction that could be just F, and I have a switch statement that's like, based on the letter. I just have the individual test the letter and then set up the enum of the direction of the center that we're looking for, whether it's front, right, up, back, left, down. And this is something I can't hard code for individual centers. Like, I can't assume that white is always the up center, because eventually, long term, I want to be able to rotate the entire cube, and now, the centers change for which one is considered up, right, left, down. So, I think first thing we do is, we take the direction and then decide, this is the axis that we're turning on and all that. And then we find the center that is referring to. Also, we calculate, how much to turn. That part's not that bad. We go through our list and we find which center currently has in its information its current direction is the direction that we're looking for, which this will eventually, change. If we do full cube turns or even just M moves, and we, those centers will have to update that information. We'll get there. And because of, how the cubes work, it will always be the case that one of the centers will be the one we're looking for. We're not going to get out of this for each loop and not have center to turn. So in theory, we shouldn't need to test for that. So now that we are at this point, now we can execute the turn in a coroutine where then over the course of a couple frames, we have it actually, slowly turn. We have this coroutine here because, if we save it to variable so that if it's already going, then we, don't do multiple turns at once, because that would destroy everything until eventually we set up a kind of a queue system, but we'll get there. Okay, so then for the actual turning, we have a start rotation and a desired rotation, and in terms of the current turns that we're doing, we just turn the centers. But as we're turning the centers, actually this is easier shown by demonstration. If I look at under here, these are all the different pieces. If I do an F turn but then pause part way, well, that's a pause part way. Where'd the edge piece go? It's under, this is the green centerpiece. It is here, yeah. So my current plan, seems to be working quite well, is if we want to turn a piece and have other pieces turn with it, we just take what's eventually going to be all the edges and corners that are around the cube, parent them to the center that's turning, do the turn, they should all turn with them, and then unparent them so that they can then be parented to other things for other turns, which should, in theory, work. When we get to M moves, that's going to be complicated. I'm thinking that when we get to doing, slice moves, that we're going to have, a hidden invisible piece, empty game object in the middle of the cube, parent stuff to that, and then turn it, which might be just funkier to set that up, but we'll get there. Yeah. Anyway, so that's that. So in order to take all the other surrounding pieces, parent them to the center, we gotta know, okay, like what pieces should be parented and all that. So we have this currently turning pieces list that currently is a list of edge infos, and it is just a list of edge. Right. Eventually, this will need to be a list of edge infos and corner infos, and I want to treat them as two separate lists because they'll need different stuff going on. But then if we turn a centerpiece, we'll need centerpieces to turn. We'll come back to that. But anyways, for now, this works. Okay, so we take this, and then we go through all of our edges. Right now, there's one edge, but we're writing it like eventually when we have more edges, like this should all work. We go through all the edges. We look at the centerpiece's direction, and if it matches one of the edges' current directions. So in our edge info, edge has two directions, so like the default being up and front. So if one of them matches, that means that it's the one that's the facing the direction we want. Now this is a whole thing. Is that what did I make that? Oh, yeah. We have a solve direction that is gonna potentially need some changing. Eventually I want to be able to tell through code, like, is the cube currently in a solved state or not? And we're going between different ways of how we were going to test that. And whether it was just a matter of looking at is the piece in the position that it started in? Like, if it is, then great, it's solved. But that's not necessarily going to work. If we turn the cube like this, it's still in a solved state, but, this piece isn't where it started. So, like, that's stuff that we got to account for. So I think will work better to, look at the pieces relative to their centers. Are they beside the center that they should be? But then detecting that is also potentially, a problem. But we'll get to that later. Okay. So, by the way, for now, if the current direction, which this system currently works for, matches the centerpiece, then we add it to this list. And then of all the ones that we added, then we just set the parent, do the turn, where we just do some angle calculations, and then do the turning, rotate towards where it is that we want to go. And then once we're, like, done, it's turned at whatever speed, I just hard set it to be exactly where it needs to be, make sure that everything's all exact, and the angles don't get slightly off, and that could introduce issues. At this point, we are done, like, the coroutine part of it. This will be, like, the last frame. I guess technically this should be down here, but that's fine. And then the last stage we need to do is, like, now that the other pieces have turned, we've got to tell them that, hey, you just moved, figure out where you are now, using information that we give you. So we go through all the edge pieces, we remove them being apparent, and then we'll clear the list. But in here, then currently now we have this function that we're in the middle of writing that is this turn function, where we pass in the current direction of the center, right? That's just, and be like, hey, you turned on this axis. We're going to have to pass in how much, because that's going to affect stuff, but for now, I just want to get all of the single 90-degree turns working first, and then go from there. But we're writing this in a way that then doing that extra step of getting 180 turns and counterclockwise turns, like, that should work without too many extra issues, hopefully. So, now, in this edge info, actually, first let me I can have a quick peek at center info. Doesn't have that much going on yet, because it doesn't need to. Has its solved direction, which, again, like, this might change, but it also has a current direction that just starts with knowing that it's its solved direction. So we have these enums that get used by currently the center infos, the edge infos, and eventually the corner infos when we get there. Where first we just have this enum of all the possible directions, because that's just easy to be like, solved direction is direction.up for just knowing the different sides of where a piece is. Then these are funky things where it might look weird and complex, and it is, and how we use those things down here is extra funky. But so we were going between a few different ideas of how we want to handle, like, okay, this piece here, the white and green piece, we turn it and now it's down here, and hypothetically turn it here and here and whatever. How do we want to update that this changed, right? Like, if right now it is facing, its direction is up front, we turn it like this, now it is, right front, or front right. Actually, technically the order will matter a bit. Yeah, well, the order will matter if, in terms of, like, because, a piece can be in the same spot but flipped around. So up front and front up, should mean different things. And I think I'm going to prioritize it that, like, up and down get high priority, and then front and back, and then left and right. If it's in that order, that means it's the correct way around. If it's the other way, that'll mean it's the wrong way around. So if up has higher priority than front, then up front, in terms of what's in here, should mean the correct direction. Front up would mean the wrong direction, right? Okay. So when we turn, if we're in up front and then we turn 90 degrees, we're now in right front. So somehow we need to be like, okay, if we turned on this axis, the up needs to become right. And like for all the different types of turns that can happen, we turn here and then up here and all that. How are we going to update that in a way that's like, going to work and be consistent and not break and eventually be scalable for corners? So current idea is this. I basically have this enum that based on, so front and back, or just starting, based on the front of the cube, sort of clockwise, what are the faces? So up, right, down, left. And then similar things for the other, but let me start at that front. So by having this enum here, I can essentially be like, if we, hit my elbow, I'm fine. Ow. If we just turned on the front face, then basically all we have to do is just go down this enum. If we were up, next thing in the list is right, next thing would be down, and then next thing would be left, and then it repeats. And that's currently my idea for how I can, make this work in a way that's not going to have a bajillion if statements for every possible turn that could happen. If we have a double turn, then in theory we just need to go, 2 down the list. If we have a counterclockwise turn, we just go up the list and then cycle back around. So then for, like, from the up face, looking at the top of it, and then what's around it is the back face, right, front, left. And then from the right face, there's up, back, down, front. So that's the plan for this. Oh, and then the opposites, right? Like, so from whatever we were going to do when facing front, we would go the opposite way facing back. Like, in theory, that will work. For updating where these centers are now, where these edges are now, where they are. Also, just, it should be an obvious thing-ish, or a thing that's like, hey, that saves calculations that we don't need to even worry about, is that if we turn, only one of the sides updated, right? So if we turn on the, well, this is turning on the right face, whatever thing said right, like this was direction dot right, and we turn on the right face, that's going to still be that. It's going to be whatever the other one is. That's the one that needs to change. So that's the thing. When we get to corners, corners will be interesting in that it'll also have one of the colors, the directions will stay the same. It's going to be the other two that change. And it's going to be, I think that we'll be able to use the same list here, where if we're looking at this corner and we turn on the front, this thing that was right now becomes down, and that is the next thing in the list. And then the thing that was up becomes right. Now, in theory, I might be able to save more calculations that whatever this one becomes, this one is going to become whatever this one was a second ago, and then, yeah, so we'll see if I can save some calculations there. But we're not worried too much about corners yet, but just keeping in mind the plan of, like, this, having in mind an idea that's going to work for edges, that's going to scale well, hopefully, for, corners. Where I still have to figure out, what we're going to do, and it's probably going to have extra funky stuff, is when we do, slice moves. That throws the whole thing off, kind of. Well, yeah, it's going to have its own rules, for sure. But we'll get there. That will, be more complicated. Yeah, we'll get there. Hopefully it won't be too much of a pain in the neck. But just starting at, like, the basic moves, yeah, let's continue where we left off. But first, I just want to also just quickly go through the rest of this, what I got going on in this turn function. So, we take in the axis of the turn, like we turned on the front face. Direction change. Oh, this is getting, if I said that only one of these needs to update, then just figuring out which that is. So, the one that matches is the one that shouldn't change. So, in this case, if we're turning on the front face, it's this up one that needs to change. So now knowing that, we store the old direction, which in this case, direction.up. We get the string name of old direction. This is actually going to be easier said if I go to here. If I'm starting from one of these directions, the direction was up. I basically, when you have in enum, internally it's, just a bunch of integers or whatever, but, it's fancy that it gets to, have the name associated with it just for clarity, for readability. But you can get the actual string name that this is. So basically from this edge here being direction.up, that is 0 as far as, the integer part of it goes. Basically, first step is get whatever the text is. So get the word up. And then go down to this list and be like, find up in this list and what number is associated with it. Go up 1. So now we're here. Get the text associated with that. That's right. Go back to here. Take the text. What number is it? And then that's 2. So then up becomes right, or 0 becomes 2. That's the plan. Now in this case, up in both these cases happen to both be 0, but if let's say we we're at left and we make up turn, let's say. So then you'll be here. Well, okay, that's also 3, not a good example. That's just coincidence. Okay, let's say we're currently right is the one that needs to change, and we just made a upturn, I guess. So then we take the 2, turn it into the word right, go down here, take the word right. What number is it? It's 1. Go up 1, it's 2. Get the word that is, front, go back here. What number is that? 4. That's basically what we do. And then, of course, if we do double turns, then we're just going up twice. If we do counterclockwise turns, then we go up. And then this is for up, down. So if we're going up, if it's an up turn, we're going down the list. If it's a down turn, then we're going up the list. And then if we're doing a down turn counterclockwise, it'd be like a double negative, so we'd be going down the list. Does that make sense? Maybe, possibly, hopefully. Or maybe it only makes sense to me, but that's okay as long as it works. Or it is an idea. There's definitely different ways to go about this. I didn't do much prior Googling to do this, so it's possible I could look online and find like a way easier way to do this. But this way I thought of, that seems like it'll work, and so we're going to try and see how it goes. I mean, it already is kind of working for F turns. It's just, I now have to fill in the information for the other types of turns. Okay, so we get the old direction, get the string name of the old direction, so that's up, that is the 0, becoming just the string up. Then we check the axis of turn, which in this case we just have the case for if it's a front turn. If we're turning front, then front back turn directions, current direction and rotation. This whole thing is just take the word string and turn it into, being of type front back turn direct. Turn it into something in here, so turn it into this, right? That's over here. And then we add 1, we loop around if necessary, and then we get the string associated with what it is now, which in this case, we go from, it becomes, +1, it's right, get the string right, and then we go back to here, down here, and now make this new thing, a new direction based on the string right. Yeah. And then we just pass that in, actually replacing the direction up here. Technically, it'd be the one in here, but this is a good, demonstration of that, yeah, these two directions. Anyways, so I think what we got to do here now to start is basically just write the cases for the different main directions. Front, back. Actually, would it save me more time if right now I just get front to work with, counterclockwise turns and double turns, because I'm about to copy this 6 times. It'll just be less to have to rewrite 6 times. Possibly, probably. Okay, so axis of turn. Either if I want to take in how much do we actually turn, I guess I'm going to do that. From Rubik's Cube Manager, that's doing this, just planning on based on the information I have here. I have, what is the variable amount to turn? Do I just want to take in that float, I guess? I mean, technically it could be an int, but I mean, that doesn't matter. I guess I'm just going to pass in amount to turn. And then just, do if it's 90, 180, negative 90. I guess technically I could pass in some kind of like, 0, 1, 2 and just test those things or something, but that's fine, I think. Or even I could make an enum that is like, you know, turn dot counterclockwise, turn dot double or something. That is probably fine. So pass in that, this float amount to turn. So then down here, basically the only thing this influences is how, you know, what we do with this number. Technically, actually, I was gonna do an if statement. I guess I can switch statement this as well. A switch statement inside a switch statement. I don't know if I've ever really had to do that in Unity before. I mean, what's your problem? Wait, switch. Wait, can I? Or do you really not like that? Or switch that and then... well, I didn't put the actual case. 90, blam, and then here, break. You okay with this? Yeah, okay. So case 90, we do this. Case 180, which, okay, actually doing this in practice, I'm not sure I love comparing the float like this rather than just being some enum thing, but yeah, well, it's fine. I have to do this conversion somewhere, either like here or somewhere else. I go, if this was 90, it becomes something else and whatever. It's fine. It's understandable, even as is. Oh, also, there's my cat back there, who's running away. Hey, bye. Okay, so 90 is gonna just be as is. 180 is gonna be plus equals 2, and then this equals 4 wouldn't work. Technically, well, if it equals 4, right? Wait, I need to would I just want to pass in a repeat function? Or like, cause okay, I mean, it could be if it equals 4, it needs to be 0. If it is 5, it needs to equal 1. I technically, oh, and also just one before I just forget, this would be minus, and this is as well. If it's actually equals -1, then it's going to become whatever the max was. I then need the max in here. Actually, well, technically, I may not be great to hard code it, but it would become exactly. What's your problem? Why you fine with this setting it to 4, but this you don't like? You're fine with 0. You're not fine with any other number. Really? Why? That's weird, I guess, but like, okay. I mean, I can do, yeah, just quick explicit cast. Sure, fine. Yeah, minus da-da-da. Actually, would it, actually, I just realized, does it let this be? Because, so this has no 4. This goes to 3. I've just realized that I'm actually, this allows this to go to 4, right? It doesn't, like, stop it. Hold on. There's kind of a thing that I assumed would work. Oh, no, because I convert if int of that is equal to whatever. Well, actually, I might have to convert this to an int beforehand. I don't know if that'll cause issues. Let me real quick. You have an issue. I just gotta save you, and then whatever. Let me just double check. Is that actually the error that I was seeing at the very beginning of the stream that I just brushed off as being not an issue? Is it an action issue? No. Yeah, you're turning fine. And this, you can see the current direction here. That's right, and then down, and then left, and then it becomes up properly. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wasn't sure if that'd be an issue. Apparently, it seems to be fine. Okay, so over here. It goes negative. Blah. Oh wait, I just realized that we just I didn't. I tested this without realizing I was testing it, and yeah, that works. That works as it should. The weird thing is then this. I guess. Well, okay. Current direction equals math f dot re. Is it a repeat? Can this go? It is never larger than length and never smaller than 0. I mean, if I can I do yeah, current. Oh wait, oops. Not current direction in rotation. Wait, what is the difference of those things is what now? Current direction is that, current direction in rotation, yeah. Blam, and then 4, right? Or to float. Do you, I mean, if I convert you to an int, will you automatically Hold on. You probably also don't like that I don't have semicolon. I don't know if I need to do this necessarily, but I guess I am. Okay, so... Wait, no, you're... What's your problem? If... just convert you to a float. Why are you not... Can't convert float to that. Why are you trying to... Oh, it's the what gets spit out. That's your issue. Well, I do that, but then out of here, then I need to do this. Okay, I see what your problem is. Okay, bam and bam. Is that gonna work as I want it to? It is repeating it by 4. I don't remember if this is never larger than and never larger than length. Does that mean that at 4 it repeats or at 5 it repeats? I guess let's find out whether this, you know, functions properly or not. Oh, wrong thing. What did I do? It was Control F should. That apparently seems to be. Yeah, it looks like it's doing the right things. Okay, cool. You can see here, that's down, it's up, it's right, it's left. It does bother me a bit that I would kind of prefer if a double turn was clockwise rather than it's being counterclockwise. But because I'm just turning this with rotate towards, I don't exactly have an easy way of doing that. Is there an easy way to... Because it's turning 180 and kind of is supposed to... It does, like, the shortest turn that it can. It's kind of 50-50. You know, 0 to 180, the shortest way is either direction. Turn... if I just kind of do a quick, like... Quaternion, rotate towards... Is there some quick way to force clockwise? It'd be super cool if it turned based on, like... If I could have it be based on the previous turn. Well, I mean, I don't know what that would mean, but you're somehow turning in that direction, but... yeah. Oh, hey, my cat has come to say hello again. You all get to see my cat up close. Hello. Hi, how's it going? Okay, yeah, you go. Okay, so, what was I doing? Trying to see, can I force it to be... Is there a quick way to... I mean, yeah, I could just make it like 0.1. I guess that would technically work, it just feels a bit dirty. Yeah... something like... I'm not seeing a great way to do this. Okay, so I'll just try to see if I can... So just this rotation, if I can just... rotate it 1 degree, like, or like 0.01 whatever in the direction that I want, then I guess that should be fine. So I guess I specifically only if only if a mounted turn equals 180 specifically, I guess then just go do 1 singular turn. I guess rotate towards. I would need to kind of hold on. This turning time coming back to turning in angle axis. I guess I would just do this. Actually, so even could just mess with start rotation. I don't know if that would be enough. Oh, hi, you. Okay. Something along the lines of just with that not all at once. This is the side rotation, so not even amount to turn, just like, well, then the amount to turn being 0.01 or whatever, axis to turn. The main thing I needed was axis to turn on. I guess just do a tiny bit of a turn in the direction that I want to. This would force clockwise. I guess we just see if that works. Possibly. Clockwise here and clockwise back there, though. Would actually, will that, well, let's find out. Hey, okay, cool. Right. That's, I think it's working properly. Seems to be. Also, if I'm holding Control and Shift at the same time, it seems, it does, I guess, prioritize counterclockwise. Yeah, okay. Sure. Cool. So that's that. It's just a minor thing that just bugging me, and good to just have it be that way. And then I guess I have a way that I can flip it if I desire to. Not that it matters that much. You know, 180 turn, whether you do it this way or this way, it is the same. But anyway, I just prefer it being clockwise. Okay, so now that we have this, I will now need to copy this for all of the other directions. Before I do that, should I guess technically it would be cleaner. Wait a minute. Oh. Whoops. I didn't need this if statement for one. Whoops, not that. Don't delete too much then. I didn't need this, and because I bothered doing this, well, actually, it's not good for the negative situation, right? But it would be fine. It would do the same thing here, and yeah. But repeat doesn't, and never smaller than 0. Or does that make -1 flip around, or does it not take in -1? I guess let's find out. I don't have to use this repeat function that often, you know. Ready? You know, well, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, looks like it's working. What I more have to be keeping track of, right? Like, none of this, other than the clockwise thing we just did, none of this is affecting the actual rotation of the thing. That we already got handled. What we're affecting is actually just over here, is that this matches where it now is and isn't, like, being off at all. Yeah, which it seems to be doing. Fantastic. Okay, cool. Good. So, that... Well, if that works, I don't even need this in here. I can put it out of here, and that's just, I mean, slight bit of saving on code. And then this is less... Yeah, that's more fine. There's no, like... Actually... I mean, I'm trying to think, like, do I really want to try to, like, cut this down further of, like... You know, I could take this plus equals whatever amount to turn divided by 90. Do I really want to do that, or does that just make it messier? I can see that technically I can go plus equals... Well, the thing I just said was this divided by 90. And I think... oh, then I have to go... No, you don't like this. I'm sorry, what's your problem? Wait. No, you don't like... So I need this as it being an int, but then you don't like... that had to go, I guess, equals this as an int. Oops. Plus int. Well, that part doesn't need it. Maybe you do! And then take the whole thing. Okay, it's getting messier just of all the casting, but just to prove a point, I don't think I'm gonna stick with this. Wait, no. What? Why do you need... No, you can't have this. But this, is that actually doing both of them? Just to make sure. Also, my cat is wanting out of my room, so I'm gonna go do that real quick. I'll be back in 2 seconds. All right. Just a minute. Okay, continuing. So, like, technically speaking, I can have this, I didn't even test that, but this works instead of this, But this, I mean, technically performance-wise, this has a bunch of divisions that are completely unnecessary. And this is just cleaner to read. So even though this is more lines of code, I prefer this, I think. I mean, technically, I could make it even more clear by converting this somewhere else into some, like, it's like turn dot clockwise, turn dot double, turn counterclockwise, but this is good enough for me, I think. Okay. Based on direction, something like that. Anyway, okay, so cool. So this, in theory, should be working. So now I just, gotta copy it for the other cases that are gonna do funkier things. I guess we'll start with back, because it's gonna, they're both using this front back turn directions. What's your immediate issue? Wait, if I define this in here, you don't like that, really? Those count as being the same scope? Right. Don't love that. That just kind of makes things more annoying. I can't, like, I'm pretty sure I can't do this. I just want to see. I can't, like, define something out here. Whoa, what? No, you surely... Empty switch wall. Yeah, I was gonna say. That's annoying that I have to, like, define a bunch of variables out here just to not have a bunch of errors. I guess I hypothetically can, it's just... I mean, okay, I mean, technically I could just call them different things. Hold on. Let me go back to before this and then just do rename front. Really? Yeah, I don't love that, but I guess it's better than making a bunch of variables in front that aren't getting used. If I go to rename, oh, I can't even. You're gonna. That's something I can then go this and then go back. I can, but not just like 1 second. Just yeah. Oh well, there's already a long variable name, but oh well, it's fine. That works. Blah, 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 blah. So that takes this. So now because we're turning back, I need to go the opposite way in my enum. So it's gonna be, well, and the plus equals 2 doesn't matter. But ooh. Yeah. So this is gonna add, subtract, or add, go double, and subtract. And in theory that should work. Actually I can't really test this because I need at least right to work for because the one edge we have right now, I needed to get all the way back there to properly test that part's working. So we'll do right, and then I'll test all 3 of them together. Okay, so this, bam, 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 and this, and this. Okay, so now this one has slightly more changes. Not that much, just right, left turn directions is the enum it actually needs to use. Make sure I replace all of them in here. Is that right? Yeah. This, should have copied the other one, because technically it should be like that. Is that all the changes I need to make there? In theory. So, in theory, front, right, and back should all work properly in terms of this thing just turning correctly, and over here, let's say I can lower this one. I really like... Okay, just to have the attention to like whether or not this is gonna work. Something I've been putting off that I should do sooner than later. I'm gonna have to update some things, but I forget the exact system I proposed. I have to remember it, but I do remember proposing that for how we're gonna be figuring out if the cube is solved, I don't think we're gonna be using that solve direction thing, because then having to like update it if we turn the cube is just more problematic. I think we were gonna detect it just by look at a center and do the centers around it, or do the edges around it. Well, I might just look at color directly. Maybe I'll actually just, a centerpiece will say, will store its direction and its color, and then just do the colors map. That'd be like the most foolproof thing, I think. But I'll worry about that later when I actually, because right now we're just turning this cube. I don't need to test if it's solved or not. The pieces can just move around. I need to care about their current direction to just know, so they know where they are, so they know how to turn. But yeah, for now, I think I'm fine to just do this. That's just current direction, and nothing else broke. It's either I do it now or I do it after I've set up all these pieces. Because now what's going to happen is I'm going to have to now go and reset up these real quick, which there's not that many, so it's fine. Front. I almost want to... not super... Actually, well, I am going to actually update this real quick in a small way to match some other parts of the code. And I'd like it to be up, down, then front, back, and then, right, left. Because I said I was going to prioritize. In terms of knowing the orientation, up, down takes priority over front, back, takes priority over right, left. So, actually, oh, that's an interesting thing I can use. Whoa. If I look at the current direction, number-wise, if these are in ascending order, even with a corner, if this was up, front, right, if they're in ascending order, that means that the cube is oriented correctly. Well, then I need to know its position, but just to then also know, is it in the right position and oriented correctly? That's interesting if I do it that way. So, cool. Okay, this white-green piece is up front. That is correct. And then this is the green piece that is front, and then this one is back, and then this one is the green one front, this was back, this was up, this one is down, then this one is the red one is right, and this one is left. I'm also gonna real quick, because I just defined like an order of I further defined an order of what takes priority. I'm actually going to order this in that way. So, up, followed by down, followed by green, then blue, then red, then orange. Yes. Okay. Just makes it easier to be consistent. Anyways, so, in theory, now to actually test the code of things, the front face should work, the right face should work, and the back face should work. If I click on edge piece, this here should update to be the correct thing. Let's see if it does that. Yeah, it is right, that's correct. And now testing R, please actually work. Yeah, that became up. Also, this only updates once the turn completes. Just, that's fine. You can go do full all the way around, and it is up, back, down, front, and it updated the correct one of that. Right stayed the same, and front, was good. So that's awesome. And it's always gonna be hasted. So the white face here is referring to the first element here, which is facing right, and green is the second one that's front there. Awesome. And then trading off to the back now. So if I do turn this here, this is back. This top one should become up. Please go the correct direction. Yeah, back, left, down, right. Woo! That's awesome. So up will not work. Well, okay. See, it turned, but it didn't update the direction there. So it still thinks that it's in up, back. So if I press F now, it's not going to turn. Yeah. So like that's the turning. Well, right now it thinks that it's here, so it thinks that it's allowed to turn with the up face. That's, yeah. If I put it back here, then it should turn correctly. Yeah. And then I can... right now, we're only dealing with one piece. It's just interesting just looking at it like we're just passing a piece between the different centers. It's kind of cool. Some error in here. Is that because I tried to turn a way that didn't have any of the cases? Don't I have to... Oh, you... wait, what line did you actually fail at? Oh, here, because new direction is blank, and I tried to pass it to here, right? So eventually this is going to have all the directions, so that's going to be not an issue. Okay, so I guess now we got to do just a little bit of extra, work of passing in all the other directions. So we're going to take right, and, turn that into left, And then this is gonna just get the word left. So in hindsight, it was good that I added the plus 2 negative stuff. I didn't have to do it 6 times later on. I don't know if I have to make any modifications of these, then we'll see. If anything that might happen when we get to, oh hey! Up, cup, dup. Hi, hello. Welcome to the stream. We are doing some Unity coding stuff where we are currently trying to make a Rubik's Cube. Do Rubik's Cube things. We're trying to make a Rubik's Cube in Unity that, will turn successfully all the ways that it's supposed to turn, which is going so far so good. Had some issues. This is my second stream of doing this particular thing. In the last stream when we were doing this, we were having a lot of issues of just conceptualizing how to get this to work in the first place, and having to make this work in just all the turns that this has to do. In the long term, I want to get chat to be able to control this thing. So actually have it so that you can type things in chat, having this cube on my stream somewhere, having it like in the bottom corner or something, and having it, be able to, just be a thing there that chat can turn, which will be cool. Which we're getting there. We're still far away from that point. Before I even worry about any of that chat-controlled stuff, which I've never done before, so it'll be a learning experience for me to just figure out how to do that. Gotta get the cube to actually be functional first. So, right now, as you saw, we have it turning on like that one edge that we have is kind of our testing thing, where once that edge is functional, then I can just copy it around to the rest. We'll have all the edges, and then we'll work on the corners. And currently, we're doing all this in a way that the corners shouldn't be that bad, based on how I've been planning doing the edges. But we'll see what problems continue to happen. Anyway, so we have some turning related stuff about how an edge after turn now knows where it is for front, back, right, and I was just in the middle of setting up left, which actually I think was already done that. That's minus, that's plus, that should be good. And then real quick, gonna do that for up and down. Although, to be consistent, I should do them up here, because in many places in my code now, I put like up, then down, then front, then back, then right, then left, so I just might as well, be consistent with it. It'll just make things easier later on. So up, oh nice, I'm making a puzzle game where you have to plug chords in. It's just a test. Oh, that sounds cool. Very cool. I haven't made much like, puzzle game stuff before, but sounds very, very cool. Especially if you're actually doing stuff with like, I don't know how in depth or like with you currently are with it. Where like I don't know if you're moving cords around, do you actually have like rope physics kind of stuff? If it actually like if you're pulling a plug, the wire actually moving around. If so, that's very, very cool. Sounds awesome. I have another game that I'm working on. This is more just like a side thing for some learning of just like in a small scale kind of way of how to do having chat commands control stuff in a Unity game. And also just I solve Rubik's Cubes on stream from time to time, so it's just a fun thing to just try. I have a game that I'm working on called The Handyman with a Unicycle that is currently having some development issues, but I'm working through it. More just of some code stuff not working correctly, but I'm figuring it out. Oh, did I, wait, did I mess the wrong thing up? Hold on. Down here, oh, I missed this one. Hold on, can't miss any of these, otherwise it's gonna have issues. This is getting complicated with just how long this is. Wait, hold on, oh no, I copied both at the same time, then this one was gonna be down, yes, okay. I see my, mistakes. Okay, this, and then, hold on. This looks probably very confusing. I just, like 5 minutes ago was thoroughly describing all of what this code is doing, and I'm now having to just kind of copy and paste, like, the same rough thing 6 times and changing some stuff here and there. So these will need to be positive and negative here. This one's gonna be flipped for the sort of double negative. These need to turn. I'm actually gonna reorder this, not that this matters that much. This is just organization for the consistency that I was talking about. I need to take this guy. I see message to read that in a second. Just want to do this before I forget what all I was even doing with all this. I just need to paste this different enum into these couple spots, and in theory, oh, this one too. And all that's good. No more red lines yelling at me. Okay, so if that worked, I'm going to see just, without looking into it too much, see if this worked at all or whether it's going to fail horrifically. Yeah, I'm trying to implement that. Well, yeah, sounds very cool. Best of luck with that. In my unicycle game I mentioned a couple seconds ago, it's currently broken, but so you have a player, a character that's like, you work for the circus, you're a handyman. You move around in a unicycle, and one thing you can do is go across tight ropes and have to, like, lean. That was working. It's currently very broken and is a thing that we're going to make functional again at some point. But with the tight ropes, I do have a thing where it kind of, like, hangs and sways a little bit. I guess that swaying is still technically working, but the actually balancing on it completely broken because we are in the middle of remaking my player code from scratch. I completely tore apart the player and rebuilding them from the ground up just for a bunch of small reasons. I'm partially just like coming out the other side of that. The player's gonna be so much better than they were before. A lot more physics, momentum based, and being able to kind of do loop-de-loops. Be more momentum based and stuff like that. So it will be cool. Oh, I didn't even say what the game was. So it's like, I describe it kind of as like a 3D platformer, sort of. It has a lot of elements of a 3D platformer, but you can't jump, which almost sounds like it defeats the point of being a 3D platformer. But like everything else that you normally see in a 3D platformer, like you're going around levels, getting from point A to point B. We have some level, well, okay, I should preface by saying the game is in a very, very early development. We don't have any actual levels yet. This started as like a school project where I made a sort of a test level thing there, but then from me finishing that project, I'm then developing it into like a full game, and it's changed so much from what I had submitted for that project. Yeah, basically, you're right around fixing circus rides in like an area where it's like, oh, there's something breaking over there, and over there, and quickly navigate this environment of hazards, having to get to things and then repair them before they break all the way, and then you like get strikes if things break too much, and 3 strikes you're out kind of a thing. So you're sort of running around, chaos of just repairing a bunch of stuff. Some levels will be more like linear, just get from point A to point B. Some levels will take like that thing of just running around repairing rides and like twisting it just a little bit. Like I have one level planned, we're in a submarine, and then there's like leaks in the submarine that you have to repair. So same mechanic, just sort of applied in a different way to be funkier. And yeah, so then so on one hand, you're having to like strategize the best way to get around the level to get to the different points that you want to get to before you run out of time. And then also the moment-to-moment gameplay is navigating around hazards and enemies and, getting speed to like go off a ramp and that kind of stuff. And that's the plan. And currently it's going pretty well, but I also took a break, like not working on it for a while. Yeah, and I'm only getting back into it somewhat recently, so yeah. Currently, we're having some issues just with the camera following the player. I want the player to be able to, do a loop-de-loop, like, in a Sonic game or in some skateboarding games, you can do half pipes and stuff. Just having the camera turn and having everything not explode with that, which is going well-ish so far, just having some, issues. Yeah. But we're getting through them, slowly but surely. And I stream working on this game, so that'll be happening in a couple days. Although I've been going back and forth between working on stuff like this, playing random games. Yesterday we were playing Stray, we just finished that off. On Tuesday we're going to be continuing Subnautica. So yeah, I jump between a lot of different, things. That sounds like a cool game. Thank you, thank you. And your game sounds very cool as well. Yeah. It is, like, I say I have all these plans for what I want the game to be. It is still very early stages where I gotta actually, get a lot of that functional. I mean, we were at a point where a lot more was functional, but then for just stuff with the player not being great and how it moved around, tore apart the player, building them back up, and then gotta hook back up everything else to, get everything to be functional with the new player, which is gonna be a whole thing. But, we'll get there. Yeah. Anywho, yeah, so, okay, Rubik's Cube actually testing, is this gonna work? In theory, all the turning should be working, and not just that, but over here, you can see that right now it says that we're looking at this edge, it is up front, like this, up left, which, for those not super familiar with Rubik's Cube notation, based on white and green, up, front, blue's back, red, right, the bottom, yellow is down, orange, left. I could have described that in a better order, but whatever. Anyways, up, down, front, back, right, left. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, that looks so far so good. L, those are also good. Also, me pressing the button, it like turns, or it's supposed to turn clockwise if you were looking at the face directly. So looking at this, if I'm pressing L, it's turning clockwise by that. If I'm looking at the back face, then that's that, which is correct. Yeah. Also, well, the directions aren't tied to the colors directly, but more like if the camera is facing this way from this direction, green is currently front. Like I can look at the cube at any direction and oh, I'm looking at it this way, so now blue would be front and let's say, you know, orange is up or whatever. But like from the front, testing that a back turn is working, that is correct. And right and down, yeah. And again, like it's clockwise based on if you were looking directly at the face, and it looks like everything is actually working with these edges. Awesome. And then if I go the other direction, everything in theory should be working. And if I turn, I guess the thing that's worth testing is turning a face that doesn't have one of the, that doesn't have an edge, the edge at it. You know, the edge doesn't turn with it. That's good. That is correct behavior. Yeah, which is very cool. And then I should be testing my, like the double turns. Let me actually select the edge so I can see. The main important thing is this stuff here of where the edge thinks that it is. Ooh, this is good that it's actually working here. That this edge is in the right spot, but it's not facing the right way. So like white is this way and not this way. Down like up here, this is how it should be. Where if I go out of play mode and back in, its starting position, you see it's up and then front. When it was flipped around just now, which I can do by doing like this and then well, like that, and then like that. These are swapped, front and then up. So that's good news that it looks like that's working correctly. I guess I should just real quick just test every direction going double with the edge on it, making sure that that's working. Nice job on the cube. Thank you, thank you. It is, yeah, this is going good. I'm glad that this was working. I remember towards the end of the last stream, we were like, I was rambling for like a long time, be like, oh, how are we gonna go, just trying to theorize about how I was gonna do this and get it functional and dealing with all the weird edge cases of, yeah, getting this functional. And now that we have one edge, in theory, do I want to do this now? I might do this now. Yeah, it's just, I should be good to now copy this edge around and now have all of the edges of this cube functional, in theory. I'm gonna apply that, and then I'm just trying to think of, like, if I do that now, is that going to be a big pain later? If I have it as a prefab, that should be fine, in theory. So let's start, yeah, seeing if this is going to work with everything in place. It might not. I guess we're going to find out. So in terms of, oh, right, yes. So in terms of how I set up how these colors are going to do, I want to, like, disable, or I'll turn on this, turn off this. Oh, okay, unfortunately, this is going to be a bit tedious, but less tedious than it could be, I guess. So we got that. I'll start with a few and then test that. Because if I copy all of these around and then they don't work, you know, that won't be good. Let me just copy this here and then here. The way I have these colors set up is that on each piece, I just have that all of the individual faces could be enabled. And then I'm just, you know, disabling specifically the ones that shouldn't be there for that face. Which, I don't know if that's the best way to go about this. I could have gone about this. You know, I mean, a lot of times in programming, there can be many different ways to approach a problem. This is the way I happen to pick for this. That's working decently enough. This and eventually I want to do a little bit of 3D modeling and, like, make better pieces. So, like, on a Rubik's Cube, how, like, the pieces aren't perfect squares. There, you know, there's a bit of the roundedness there. I want to do that in theory, but that's like a lot later, I think. All right, just with these faces, let's make sure these work. Oh, right. So naming wise at the top right, I want to have the, just the names of knowing what pieces are what. I'm trying to load my project. It's been taking almost 14 minutes. Oh no, that's not good. Yeah, it sucks when Unity does that sometimes. Unfortunate. This is white, orange, and then this one was white, blue. Okay, then I gotta, like, okay, so for each piece, there's, yeah, things I gotta set up a little bit meticulously, but I only got to do this once for each piece, and only 20 pieces total, and then never again. This is up, right, yeah, and then, this one is up, left. I was thinking about whether I wanted to try to, like, do this programmatically based on, like, when I go into play mode, based on where the piece is in the world, doing tests, like, if it's at 1-1, then it knows that it's up back or whatever. I could see that getting messy, and especially if, I don't know, for any reason I want to, like, start the cube not being in a solved state or something. I want to, like, start it scrambled somehow. Yeah, this seems best for not having issues, hopefully. Oh, last thing I gotta do is add the new edges into this list, like so. And let's test if this actually works. So all these pieces should in theory turn. All right. Ooh, good sign. And now we do a bit of scrambling. You know, that. I guess I'm just gonna do some random turns and see if I just. Okay. The one like little bit of an issue is that I don't like, my buttons for turning is just, like, I just put it to, like, the keys that they are. So, you know, F is front, L is, you know, the left, R is whatever. So, like, these aren't keys that are beside each other exactly. I don't know if it would have been better to just make it, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or something for the different faces, but, oh, well, it's fine. If I just spam the keyboard, then in theory, things be turning. I'm sure eventually I'll get used to it. And again, long term, these are more debug buttons for me. Long term, I want to have it be, oh, I should, you know, be testing, I should be testing, yeah, the double moves and, counterclockwise turns and all that. So this looks like it's working, and it's awesome. Now, like, it might look a bit weird with the way that there's, like, the gaps in the cubes. In theory, that'll eventually not be there when I have all the pieces in place. Although, actually, I've just, well, when you turn a piece partially, if I do this, it's gonna not to be kind of, yeah. When it's halfway turned, you'll see that there's nothing there. I'll want to mask that up with just black, I guess. Ah! Will I want to eventually then just, like, turn, whoops, not like that. What the heck happened there? Oh, this. Well, when do I actually want to turn, like, these on, but then color these all black, so no matter how it's turning, you'll still see it. I guess, or maybe just on the edge pieces. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. That's not as important. That's more for visual stuff, but yeah. All right, so far so good. That looked like it was all turning good. What I almost want to do, what I kind of want to do that would be cool just for it just look visually neat and for testing's sake it would be helpful is to set up some kind of thing. Like right now I'm just having to press these buttons to do turns. If I could turn some kind of auto turn thing that every couple frames it picks one of these at random and then just starts spamming those, that'd be cool. So then I could just enter play mode and just watch it do a bunch of turns and pay more attention to it actually turning rather than doing directions. But it's something I could turn on or off. Yeah, that might be unnecessary, but it'd be cool. I would like to set this up. So we're gonna try doing that. I'll put on some kind of public bool auto turn or something. And then, if, oops, well, we'll make, next turn, then, like, if auto turn, then make something up, otherwise, then do this, something along those lines. So, I just want to make this be some text equals something that I'll come up with in a second, and then, I guess I'll call it with this. So, okay, well, this might be just as tedious that, well, okay, in theory, I could down here have auto turn, and then just make one of, you know, pick one of these random bits of the enum, but I think I want to just for, actually, nah, I'd rather pass in, like, text that looks like real instructions to mimic that eventually we'll have chat stuff going in here. Yeah, I think I'd rather do that, just it'll work better long-term, potentially. It'd be funny to see when this cube is... Oh, hey, thank you for the follow! Thank you! Thank you, thank you! I greatly appreciate it! Thank you! Thank you, thank you. Well, then I looked over at the right time. When I'm like playing games and stuff, I'll have my headphones on and then, you know, hear the alerts and stuff. Right now, I happen to have them off. It'd be funny to see when the cube is done, to see a professional Rubik's Cube solver solve it super fast. It'd just be key mashing. That'd be insane. Yeah, taking out 20 minutes for the project. Yikes! I don't know if at that point if it's just frozen infinitely. I don't know if you just want to like force close Unity or like Task Manager close it and reopen it or something. I don't know. Or, you know, the good old turning it off and on again sometimes helps. But with yeah, solving it. So here's the thing, I'm not a professional Rubik's Cube solver by a long shot, but I do mess around with solving Rubik's Cube. I have a redeem to do a solve. Actually, I have a whole if I do this, bam, I have and then extra step, bam, I have a whole scene set up in OBS that I actually only set up yesterday, but that I have a Rubik's Cube timer that I also just got recently, very, very recently. So I have like a whole thing set up, which my fastest time, I want to say, has been like 30-something seconds, but with a bit of luck involved. And you know what, just for funsies, since I bothered to scramble this, we're just going to do a solve right now. Usually I wait till it gets redeemed, but just because we're doing a Rubik's Cube involved stream, so why not? How about, okay, so I'm just planning the cross. If I do something like that, no, wait, hold on. Oh, even better. Bam, that, okay. So planning the cross, the first step of how I solve Rubik's Cube. Expect this to be not super fast, and expect it to have some me messing up. I find usually when I'm solving a cube on stream, I try and go like extra fast and make more mistakes, and I'm almost dropping the cube, but anyways, with enough excuses, here we go! I immediately, wow, it's fine, yeah, it's fine. Oh, don't mind me. Where are you? Oh, there, jeez. I spent way too long just looking for a specific individual piece. I just could not find it. That, doesn't usually happen, but it can, and when it does, it's, oh, wow, okay. Me talking is making me slower as well. That, where are you? There, this, and, and don't mind me, just struggling. It's fine. This and yeah, almost done, kind of. Why are you? Oh, it's that's okay. Am I even gonna beat a minute? No. 3, 2. Oh, if I turned the other way, then I would. Whoa! I almost just wait. Uh-oh. No, I didn't just. I really just. How did I? What the heck did I just do? No, I was done. There it is. Okay. I could have done that so much better. I did a wrong turn at the end, almost completely re-scrambled it, but then was able to kind of work back, just barely. Yeah, completely off topic question, but do you play the, because I play, as you go back, yeah, be over there. So, I'm also, in terms of, like, random hobby that I do, I have been trying to learn to play the piano, as not great I am as Rubik's Cube, I'm even worse at piano. I'm still very, very far from doing that. I only started learning how to do, be playing the piano in, like, December. And then even, like, the last, like, couple weeks I haven't been doing that much with it. But it is a thing I am slowly trying to do, but yeah, anyway. So, 1:05. I definitely could have done that a lot faster, but oh well. Oh, good. I am, between streams, I've been continuing to practice. Only recently, I've, like, so for years I've been able to solve a Rubik's Cube, but I haven't been trying, like, that hard, I guess. In the last, like, month or so, since I got this, I've been more trying to practice getting better and all that kind of stuff, and I'm continuing to do so, and there's lots and lots of little things I can and will be doing and working on to get faster at solving it, but yeah, it's a work in progress. Anyway, yeah, so, I'll move this over here. What we're doing with actual code, I'm generating a random instruction, which basically means pick a random one of these keys. There's no easy way other than just, like, switch statement this, is there? Yeah, okay, go random dot, random dot range between 0 and 6 for the direction. We'll go, just int, random direction equals blah, and then switch statement for the random direction, And then another random thing on whether it's going to be clockwise, double, or counterclockwise. Random direction, oh, wait, not that, sorry. Case 0, which will be next turn equals F, break, and then all the other cases. Blam, blam, blah, da, da, da. That is not 6. This will actually be good at being scalable when I add more instructions. Right now, we just have the basic turns. Eventually, actually, I want to do this. Ooh. I don't have to, but I want to, now that I've kind of established some amount of consistency, I want to stick to it with just how I'm going to regularly order the faces. Up, down, front, back, right, left. Which, you might think it should be left, right, but up, front, and right are the more common, the most common turns that you do. But I'm basically doing a side, it's opposite, and the side, it's opposite, and the side, and it's opposite. I guess. I could have chosen a different order of things, but I don't know. It's fine. Doesn't matter that much. And also, that being said, I'm going to reorder this. I don't have to at all, but just because I can. Okay, this, and where is, wait. I somehow lost a bracket in that. The one that's there. Okay, yep. Up. Wait, I go up, back? Why did I order it like that? Okay. Up, and then, I guess I should be well, I better say I could just be swapping around the letters, but I have to swap it in 2 places. It's fine. Okay, so up, else, no, not any of that autofilling. No, thank you. Hold on, this, not that go away, and blam. Where did you go away? And then this should fix itself. Yes, okay. Up, down, front, and then back. I've definitely gone about this in a very inefficient way, I think. Oh well, that's fine. Up, down, front, back, right, left. There we go. That didn't need to take that long. Nor was it necessary at all. But, what was this? Oh, that shouldn't be there. And then the randomness further up, all that. Okay. Cool. Oh, I'm missing some messages. Apologies. You should make this into a real Rubik's Cube solving game where there's a timer and Scrabble button stuff. That would be conceivably cool. I'm sure that stuff exists online. I mean, even, well, actually, I know that to some degree. In me just trying to practice getting better at solving Rubik's Cubes, what is, oh, not there, hold on, this. I have it bookmarked somewhere. This one? No, that's the timer, not that one. Hold on, where are you? This one, right? Yeah. This is I mean, kind of it's what I'm trying to build, but differently. This is, it has all the faces and stuff. Actually, let me reset to this. Wow, the full thing. And here you can type in, F, and then D, or U, D, and, it's, F prime, U2, and you can see all that going. But even the moves I don't have made yet, like M is the center, and E and S do the other sort of slice moves. X, Y, Z physically turn the whole cube. So, I mean, this notation is what I'm going off of for what I eventually want all of. But, yeah, but this doesn't have cool, actually, well, it does, if I do this, it does have actually going through all the turns, so I guess there is that. But yeah, so I know these kind of things exist, but yeah, trying to make one myself for the funsies, and also the additional step that I want chat to be able to control this, which then we're going to continue to come up with more buttons of what chat can do. It's going to start with just being, exclamation mark F, exclamation mark, U prime or something, to be able to turn the cube in the directions. But eventually I want, we'll see what other, funky things beyond that we can have being whole chat commands. Like, I want that in chat you could put in a whole, like, a bunch of moves one after the other, and then my code would slice them up and do each move one after the other. And that would be cool. So you could type in a whole algorithm and have it, do each turn one by one. Yeah, that's a thing that would be cool. Very cool. And a system that detects if you solve the cube. Not sure how hard that will be. I would like that. That will potentially be tricky. Is just, well, that's why some of the code that I'm writing is, eventually to be able to tell if the cube is solved with some of this, like, current direction stuff. Well, this is more to tell where the cube currently is. my idea, well, I've been going around between a few different ideas and like how tricky they'll be to actually implement. I think what I might do is that I might eventually add some stuff that each piece keeps track of the direction, but also just what color it is. So this knows that it's a white color. This edge knows that it's white and then orange. And then if I want to check that the cube is solved, I have this up top, this Rubik's Cube Manager. This would just like, for each center, start with the white center. Are all the pieces that are around it white? And if they are, then that's good. And you go through that with every single side. In theory, on paper, that sounds like a way that should work. Yeah, I considered whether I wanted a piece to always know, like, have some Boolean on it, whether it's in a solved state. But that's, that's, like, harder to, and potentially unnecessary to be checking all the time for every turn in the middle of the cube, unless I want to know that. I don't know, yeah, stuff I'll have to see. Initially, one idea that I had was that, whatever this started with, if it's that, then it's in the solved state. So this is up and front. When it's in up front, then it's solved. But if I turn the cube like this, the piece has moved, but it's still in a solved state relative to its centerpieces. So I don't know if that will work too well. And I want to be able to turn the whole cube. Now, technically, I could maybe cheat that with just, like, turning the camera or something. But I kind of want to do it legitimately. Actually, it'll make other stuff easier. If you turn the whole cube, then every turn acts like it moved and having to update where it is. Which, when we get to that point of how we're going to program moves like this, I have ideas, but I'm sure that when we go to implement them, yeah, things will be trickier than I may expect. But, you could probably check all the directions of all the sides, and if they're in the correct order with the edge info script. Yeah, or... So, this edge info, this is, like, the current direction, this is, like, this would be comparing against itself, right? Check the direction of all the sides, if they're correct order with it. Or, sorry, I think what you mean, yeah, so that is kind of what I'm going to be doing, is looking at the center info, which, okay, I don't have to, but just, okay, new... I just want to put this in just so I can easily look at it in references, equals new direction... actually, no, sorry. Direction dot up. Yeah, so go through each center and have a center look at what's around it, and if those things around it match, then it's good. In theory, probably, possibly, maybe. Well, making sure to check the right one, that's also going to be a whole thing I have to make sure is proper, is that, like, this white green piece being white up, green out, as opposed to white out, green up, making sure that that's going to all work. Anyways, I have ideas, but I have vague ideas, but we'll plan more of the specifics of that once we have the cube actually, like the rest of it all functional, be able to turn in the first place, and be able to check if it's solved. That's for sure a thing I want to do. A thing that'll be extra crazy complicated is if I want to make some kind of auto solver thing, like something that I can press that if it's scrambled, it automatically does the right terms to solve itself. That is a whole other ballgame. That will require me to Google things and probably find some automatic algorithms from any state, like just knowing, how to get to being solved. Actually, it's funny. Technically, I could cheat in that, like, I could just, every turn that you do, log it. If we start in a solved state, log every turn that happens. And then if you want to solve the cube, then just do all of those turns backwards. That's cheating, but technically that could work. Or, I mean, the actual, like, in terms of the actual Unity scene here, I could just reload the scene or restart the game. Then technically it would be in a solved state again, but actually seeing it turn. And doing it more legitimately would be cool. Hypothetically, that would be a cool thing to do. That would be a lot further off. A lot more of a hypothetical, but something we can consider eventually. Anyways, where were we? What was actually... I'm doing a lot of rambling about... where are we right now? I have to... Or this is... all these... Oh, right, the random turn thing. I didn't finish that. Yes. Although, real quick... it is 9:30 for me. I have to go feed my cat real quick. So I will be back in 5 minutes, and then I will we'll continue this. Although, okay, real quick, I just want to see if I can just, so this, up, down, da-da-da-da-da, next turn, and then, if auto turn, int, do this, that. Then I want to go int random turn amount equals random.range out of 0 and 3. So, like, it'd be 0, 1, 2, and then go, we'll go just quick, like, okay, just copy this and then go like this, but I only need the cases up to 2. And then, next turn, plus, actually, if it's 0, nothing happens. If it's 1, that's gonna be a double turn, we'll say. So, plus equals 2 in quotation marks, and then here plus equals going the opposite way. Yes. I don't know if I want to have like rarity be a thing. Like a normal clockwise, a counterclockwise turn is more likely to happen than a double turn, but just for like simplicity's sake, that should be fine. Let every move be just as likely as other moves. Let's see if this is gonna work real quick. Yeah. Hey. Oh, it looks so cool. Oh, it looks so cool. Right. I realize it's spamming this every single frame. So as soon as a turn finishes, it goes. Now that looks like it's working correctly. Oh, that's awesome. All right, and it looks so much cooler when the rest of them are in there. Beautiful. All right, that there is great. I've been loaded for 25 minutes. I'm going to run PC's mental health. Oh no. Yeah, it's me because I'm telling Unreal Engine. My. I have experimented with Unreal for an afternoon. I'd like to mess around more with it at some point, but haven't gotten around to it yet. I'm stuck with Unity for now. You know, auto turn that sick. This is cool. This is very cool. And well, this is also why, so when chat can control it, be able to put in multiple moves at once, and it does like 10 turns back to back to back. That'll make that more of this being extra cool. I'm thinking that like if you just put in one turn, it might turn slower, but if you put like 10 moves in at once, then it does those 10 turns fast. That'd be kind of cool. Like actually throttling the speed based on how many queued turns it has left, but yeah, we'll see. We'll figure that out. Like, that's more polished stuff. Like, we have to, like, get it more functional in the first place. Anyways, I had to go feed my cat, so I will be back in, like, 5 minutes. And then we'll do the tedious work of just getting the rest of the edges in there. That'll be cool. And then we might start on the corners and see how crazy that's gonna get. All right, be right back. Alright, and we are back. Everything's still rolling good. Cool. So, it's time to make the rest of these edges. Oh, I'm also gonna... I recently have had like a random counter of just something random going on in the streams. It's more applicable when I'm doing game stuff. I can be like, oh, number of deaths or whatever. Rather than errors, let's go like... pieces... completed or something. I don't know. And then raise it to like, we got the 6 plus the 4 on the top, and I can add to it as I make these edges, I guess, and then add the rest of the corners. Maybe something like that. I don't know. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Be 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 20, I guess. So some streams that's more applicable and more worth having than others, but that's fine. All right. Cool. And like last stream we did with like Stray, it was like, or a couple of streams ago when we were like getting the last achievements, I had like achievements left, and like that could be a thing that could count down. Eventually that might be getting, like that square might be completely replaced by this cube thing, or they'll be squished and they'll be all like the what's going on in the stream, random counter, and then Rubik's Cube, all three of them side by side. We'll see. I'm gonna mess around with the formatting of that. Whether I just need like a box of just the cube, or whether I also want beside it like stuff that's information about like the commands to turn the cube or stuff. That stuff I'm gonna mess around with more when it's actually closer to being done. But we'll get there. We got to actually finish the thing first, or get it just decently passable, even if it doesn't have all the polish in place. So next thing that we got to do, which may be a bit tedious, but only got to do it once and then it will be done, is making the rest of these edge pieces. Now, I was saying that we might move on to corners next. Do I want to do, like, M moves first? I don't know. Unsure. But, well, then, we'll see. Let me first just get all these in. I guess I should just, yeah, copy all of these in place. And then we'll, you know, get the colors of all of them proper. Which that, and then yeah, and then yeah, and then this, and then that. Oh, no, that was done. That's all of them? Now does this look at all like a Rubik's Cube? Oh, I'm not so sure about that. So we're gonna, yeah, we'll name all these as well here. So now, to be consistent in my naming, we're going off the up and back, or up and down face, if applicable, front and back face, if applicable, and then right and left face, if applicable, in terms of the order that I'm putting here. And what we're doing, I'm naming the edge piece, like, names, the game objects based on the colors, because they're gonna move around. So, and the colors, one thing's gonna stay constant. So this one is, green, red. This one is, gonna be blue, red. This one is going to be, blue, orange. Blue, orange. This one... Even when we do the corners, like, we're gonna have to set them up just like this, but they will, there's gonna be less of them. There's only 8 corners, opposed to 12 edges. Green, orange, and then something like, what's down there? That is, so it's gonna be yellow, green, and then all of these are gonna be yellow something. So yellow, red, and then yellow, blue, and then yellow, orange. Right? Okay. Not T. Where did T come from? I wanted a Y. Why? Because. Yeah. And then now we gotta actually color all these correctly. So, which either would have meant would have turned them and then put in the right color or whatever. Like, but just the way that I currently have these, where it's like, actually, this one I'm turning off you and turning on you. Even these aren't consistent. Hold on, let me rearrange another thing. Is that have this also be in order: up, down, front, back. No, wait. Yes, up, down, front, back, right, left. That's not going to change how anything looks. It's just gonna be easier for me to mess with. I mean, you can also change these as well. Up. Actually, even this, I'm just gonna. Well, no, that'll mess up other things. Will it? I'm back. Hello, welcome. I am back as well. Let me do this, and then... Oh, that's gonna mess with stuff I don't want to. Never mind. with regard to the order of these. I am setting up the rest of the edge pieces. Up, down, front, back, right, left. Just getting that order to be consistent. Okay, this one is front, right. This one is, back. Convenient that back is blue here. Back and right. As opposed to no, not front or up. Okay, that's that one. Let's have it. Yeah, quite a few to go through, but it's fine. Turn off those. And then this is gonna need, back and left. This is a little bit faster by actually shift selecting things. This is gonna get rid of up and I'm gonna turn on left. Already almost done. Only got 4 left. And then we gotta test that this all actually works. Okay, up goes. Place that with down. I guess I'll be slightly more efficient with this. Actually, if I just expand all of these are gonna replace up for down. Down, down, down. Blam. Look at all that yellow. And then it's just, this one's gonna replace front for right. This one's gonna replace front for back. And this one's gonna replace front for left. And then, done asterisk. Now we got the rest of the edges in place, which looks cool. Actually, I wanna see this, with the auto turning in place, this will look extra funky. This is gonna completely break and not work. I want to see that happen. Oh no! Oh no! Well, it's all just the bottom ones not turning into each other. Yeah. Oh boy. They're not turning at all? I mean, wait, shouldn't that turn them? I guess not? Okay. Anyway. Yeah, okay. So that's cool and all. Now, the reason that's happening is I gotta now set up the edge info things the way that they should be. So, let's do that. Project Violent loading after 40 minutes because I was installing Unreal Engine. Oh no, oh no. Well, cool that it eventually worked. Oh no, double oh no. My project crashed, no! Yeah, not good. Alright, this one, I just gotta set up these. So, based on my system, it's front and then right. This one here is gonna be back and then right. Gotta make sure I do this correctly. If I mess this up, then all will be lost. This one is gonna be back and then left. I mean, the main thing that matters is basically, as far as this drop-down list goes, the 2 items should be in going down order, in ascending order. Yeah. So that's the main thing that happens here needs to happen here for my system to work correctly. Mainly the thing that's going to help later on with knowing that a piece is solved. Or like in the right orientation and in the right position. This needs to be front and... No, no. Down, front. That's right. And then... down and then left. No, that's right. That's right. Don't mess that up, please. This is down and... back. Wait, yeah. Down and then back. And this one is down and then left. Yeah? Alright, so those should all be set up. Now we get to see the chaos of will this actually work? Oh no. Wait, what? No! I was so confident that. Oh no. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Oh, I didn't add them. Oh, okay. No, final thing. Oh, right. Right, yes. Right, I never added them to this list. Yes. Well, oh, that's why so when they were turning all wrong, they would have turned extra wrong and coolly if I had done this, but not the other step. Oh, well. Bam, do all that. Actually, yeah, so those being all that and this, they should turn correctly. But because I want to see what happens if they all turn wrong. Oh. I want to see what happens if I take all these and go front... up. And then we're gonna undo that in a second, so I don't have to redo all my work. But this should all... Whoa! 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 There! That's extra uh-oh. It's like, intentionally I broke it. But it looks cool to have lot of the things turn, but not correctly. All right, let's undo that real quick. Undo these so that they become what they were before. Please tell me that actually undid correctly. Looks like it. So now, with these in here, now it should work actually properly. Hopefully, possibly, maybe. Whoa! Oh, it's so cool! It's so cool, and it looks like everything is turning correctly. I think the tell if something wasn't working is that I would see a missing edge from two going on top of each other. The fact that I see all of them is a good sign that this is indeed working. Look at that cube getting all scrambled. Oh, yeah. That is awesome. Love that. Do I want to space apart the random turn amounts? I don't think so. It's probably fine. Like, I could have it turn, stop, go, turn, whatever. Well, this is generating a turn every single frame. Wait. I didn't... Oh, I just realized that I messed this up. Whoop. Technically, it wasn't being as random as it should have been. That's funny. Huh. Technically, this shouldn't be here, but that's fine. Either way, just, yeah. I'm gonna finish installing Unreal Engine, then restart my PC. Sounds like a particle accelerator right now. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, I have no idea how to do anything that you're doing right now. Well, I didn't know either when I was going into this initially. I had some vague ideas and figured out the rest along the way. I only know what I'm doing here because we did all the rambling and planning and figuring out of all this last stream. I went into this with a very basic idea of, if I just turn a center, and then, like, before I turn a center, I parent the edges to that center and then turn them, that'll turn them, and I don't have to do extra funky rotational math. That was the main idea of like, yeah, this seems feasible. This seems like something I hopefully will be capable of, maybe. And then as soon as we went to do it, then new problems got introduced of like, oh, how do I actually detect, you know, what pieces are around a center? What's the best way of doing that that doesn't make me have to write a bajillion if statements, testing like every different like scenario that can happen. It's gonna get more complicated when I want to do slice moves like this. That's gonna introduce new problems, but I have vague ideas of how I'm gonna do that, but we'll see what happens when we actually get there. I think I want to do corners first, though, just so we actually have a whole cube here. But, yeah. Oh, it's looking so cool! It's very, very cool. Just, yes! Awesome. Fantastic. It's getting very scrambled. There's a chance, like a 1 in 43 quintillion chance this accidentally turns all the way back to being the right, you know, being solved, but no, I doubt it. Am I going to obligatory have to just, like, once I have this all up and running, actually solve this myself, doing, like, the manual? Oh, if I have a button on the auto turn it on for a bit, and then turn it off, maybe put that on A or something to, like, toggle it on and off. Yeah, sort of. You know, I can do that real quick. This will take 2 seconds. I'm gonna put this in its own if statement just to keep it separate from the actual directions. Whoops. I'm gonna go like this blah equals A isn't being used and won't eventually be used by anything else, I think. So let's go auto turn equals the opposite of auto turn. Just flip whatever it was. This long term, I'll need to change this because, as I said, I want to have like a queue of next turns. Actually, wait. What I can do is just I was like, oh, this might be a complicated thing to solve. I have a solution for this right now. I don't want this to be spamming turn instructions while it's mid-turning. It should turn and then generate the next instruction and then do that. So go active turn code. I have a thing that tests later on. Whoops. Oh, not that. Actually, technically, I want it. I kind of want it this way around. And whoops. Okay. This is the thing. It's basically, is there a turn in progress? And then this is auto turn on or off. Okay, cool. That should help. So now I can go to play mode. It's starting on. I can change its default state, and I can turn it off, and I can do manual turns. Cool. And then I can do this. Yeah. Awesome. Now that I have this, I'm almost debating whether I want to. Let me just. Let me, I kind of want to just add a new case that's like, don't do anything. Well, oh, that's gonna add, if, nah, whatever, yeah, auto turn, let auto turn go crazy, it's fine. I was just saying if I want it to, like, wait a second after a turn or something. Nah, it's fine, it's fine. It's more of a, yeah, if it's something I want to make fancier, it's a lower priority compared to other things. Oh, also, pieces completed is now going to be, wait, oh no, so I said that, no, there's 20 pieces on the cube of just edges and, just edges and corners. There's 12 edges and 8 corners, that's 20, plus 6 is the centers. So, 16 minus the 8 corners being, or 26 minus 8 is 18. Yes, I believe so. So I'm adding this up to 18. Or even just 12 centers plus 6 edges is 18. I said 18, not 16. So pieces completed technically is 18. Eventually we're gonna have all the pieces completed, but then we still have more other types of turns to do. Like, so whether pieces completed is the right term to use, it's fine. It's random, counter for funsies. It doesn't need to be completely accurate. It's at 80% download. It's 22.9 gigabytes, 23.2 gigabytes. Oh boy, oh boy. You can just set it equal to the opposite, to toggle. I've been, using 2 if statements. Oh, you can, set it equal to opposite to toggle. I've been using 2 if statements for toggling. Oh no, oh no. I've been there. I've for sure been there. If you've been programming for a while, you pick up little tricks like this for things that you use frequently. It depends on what kind of programming you happen to do frequently or whatever. But I've definitely had my fair share of doing things completely unnecessary and, hey, I see you redeemed Hello World. Yep. Yeah. But yeah, this is a cool thing that you can do. That is neat. You can't do this. It has to be, at the thing. I mean, for any Boolean, an exclamation mark in front of that Boolean flips the Boolean, and then you're basically setting it equal to having flipped the Boolean. Yeah. Anyways, okay, so that's there. Whoa. Oh, right, I completely forgot. Oh, how did I forget about wide turns? I forgot that that's gonna be also a thing we're gonna have to deal with eventually. Where, so you can have, this is a turn. But also, this can be a turn. Hey, I see that as well. I want to, or it is a thing you could do on a Rubik's Cube that has its own notation to be like, turn the, 2 faces at once. I want that to be a thing that you could do as well. So capitalization does matter in that instance. Now, I could potentially cheat it, that if you want to do a wide R move, that'll eventually be the same as turning R and turning M, potentially. I'll have to see. Like, we'll get to that eventually. Not just yet, but yeah, that's gonna be another funky case. That I have to make sure that all of my current code works with that. I mean, the same idea of just parenting the right pieces and then turning it, that doesn't seem like the worst thing ever, hopefully. I hope. What's gonna be the main tricky thing is, there's not, yeah. The main tricky thing is gonna be updating the pieces afterwards, knowing that they've turned, which is gonna be a whole thing. Yeah. Oh, so I see. Oh yeah. You're doomed. Sure. slurp is a Unity function. Oh, we aren't using it. We almost weren't using it in this this program. It could have been used here instead of rotate toward. There is slurp that. In this way of using it, it would have made a turn, rather than being linear, go like, woo, and then slow down as it completes the turn. But that's not what we want here. Actually, I'm curious a little bit. If I put it in just temporarily, what does that look like with the auto turn? I'm a little curious. Although, well, then I have to adjust the turn speed, so it's gonna, the turn speed is too high, it just immediately completed the turn, so, there, this, like that, and then slowly gets there. If I put it to like 10. Okay, I mean, technically that actually doesn't look that bad. I prefer the linear movement for now, though, at least. I could mess around more with that later, but for now, I like the fully linear movement. And especially because I might still, like, throttle the turn speed. Like, even like this, I can make it just 200 if I wanted to, yeah. Anyway, yeah. that more, like, polished stuff is stuff I shouldn't really be worrying about too much just yet. I want to focus that more. I should be getting the corners functional next. Should be my main priority. So, but the thing I was about to say, I cut myself off with, is that a thing I was considering with edge pieces knowing where they are was just knowing what centerpieces am I currently next to. Like, I am right beside I am attached to the white center and the green center. So that's information about knowing where I am on the cube. But the problem with that is that when I do this kind of turn, then all of these pieces need to then update what centers they're near and all this stuff. So that complicates turns more. By doing it this current way, where it just updates this current direction and then other math will be done using these, then when I turn pieces, I only have to update current direction on the pieces that just now physically turn. So that's a thing of why that's... I've never actually understood the difference between S-Slurp and Lerp. The main thing is that S-Slurp is meant to be used with rotational stuff. I think it better handles, like, going around 360 degrees and all that stuff. I might be slightly wrong on that. Let me, where was the thing? It was over here by, the description of it. Yeah. Spherically linear interpolate between, a unit quaternion spherically, okay, spherically, right, it's like, okay. Cause, you imagine rotating being like, a sphere, the speed is slightly different, a little bit, kind of, sort of. Can you even use Lerp on here? Oh, you can, yeah. Hard to explain. Actually, let me I'm sure if I Google it, this is the kind of thing that'd be easier explained with, like, graphs and, versus Lerp. Surely if I just go to, like, images, there's something that's like, yeah, bam, kind of. So, thing going straight from here to here, this, yeah, S-Lerp, because when you're rotating stuff, it, woo. I'm not verbally explaining this good at all, like, in the slightest, but, yeah, the reasons with turning and rotational stuff why S-Lerp is the thing you're, I guess, supposed to use. I guess you don't have to, you can use Lerp, but, I see, yeah. And then I just have it as a redeem thing because it's funny, I guess. Yeah. And then also those random other ones of NOP, which, and, NOP is in assembly code. It's an assembly instruction to do nothing, multiplexer, quantize, eigen decompetition, just random comp sci words that are vaguely amusing. Anyways, okay, so corners, I guess. I should... Yeah, I should do corners before I worry about, like, M moves and stuff. But then, I'm gonna have to actually start considering how I'm, like, gonna do the extra, more complicated, funky turns. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Alright, here we go. So, we will turn this edge piece into a corner piece. Our first corner piece, which... I will then actually have to name with having 3 things. So the first one we're going to make, being up at the front here, is going to be white, green, or wait. Yeah, white, green, red, which is going to be our up front right. R being right and red is throwing me off a bit. We're going to go here, and immediately, this will be front, the right over here. Bam! Look at that! Hey, cube is actually getting filled in, kind of. I just realized there's no, like... line here. If you look at a cube, obviously you can see the lines between them. Eventually, I would like that to be a thing. Which, in that case, I'm also gonna... Yeah, actually, when I potentially want to make a better model for, polishing the cube up, actually having it look nicer. Might have to do more messing around with the individual pieces. I'm hoping that's not gonna be too much of a pain, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Because I might have to actually... I will have to do some amount of modeling on the insides. I can't just... only do the 2, because when you're doing a 45-degree turn, you can see inside the center. There's stuff there. We'll get to that. We will get there. Okay, so this thing, up, down, front, that. Okay, so instead of being an edge piece, let me rename you to a corner piece. Corner piece, that's not even, corner piece, and it's gonna be its own prefab because, yeah, when did I accidentally make a new folder there? I don't know. Well, this, prefabs, we're gonna go, bam. Original prefab, just for that. Hey, look at those. Wow, neato, coolsies. It bothers me that centerpiece looks like that. It's fine. It does not matter. Okay, so on here, then we're gonna make a script. Did I make it at all? No, I didn't. We're gonna copy edge info into corner info, where it's gonna be very similar, but with enough differences that it's worth it being its own script, I think. Or corner info, bam. Yeah, open that up. Wow, things look the same. How do you already have errors? Oh, wait, why do you have errors? Why do you... Oh, because you're not... Right, because I didn't rename you. Rename corner info. Bam. Yes. Do that. Good. Yep. Okay, corner piece is then going to have corner info. What's your problem? What? Did I misspell? Corner info. You match this. Did I? What? What's your problem? If I just make any change, you're gonna figure yourself out. Why do you this here, but thinking that it's not a script? Have I just made a typo somewhere? I mean, if I just go take whatever here and just literally paste it in here, it should match. Oh, because there's errors. What's your problem? What? Ambiguity. Why? Did you rename? Oh, you renamed yourself because I shouldn't have, done it that way. Wow. I see the problem. I shouldn't have, right click rename. That's issues. It's fine. This, you be this. You're good. You're good. Everything's good. Good. Add corner info. Actually, well, I'm gonna, I guess, do this on the prefab. Corner info, take away edge info. You're gonna have a current direction that has 3. It's gonna be up, front, right as the default here. Even on the here, there should be current direction is now size 3, up, front, right as a default. Whoop. Okay. Yep. Cool. Yeah. So now, just like so, a centerpiece was represented by 1 direction, a edge piece was represented by 2. Now a corner piece is represented by 3. I'll be right back. I'm gonna restart my PC. All right. Wait, I'm back. Oh, by the time I need to read that, you're already back. I'm back. My PC isn't on life support anymore. Coolsies. Okay, so center is 1, edge is 2, corner is 3. But that's not the only thing that's going to be changing. Before I go any further, the Rubik's Cube manager that has to handle all this should now have a list of the corner info. Corners. So now it's going to have all 3 of these things to do fun, funky stuff with. So, just starting by, like, a lot of this up here isn't going to change at all, because this is just passing in what the instructions are, and the directions, and all that, getting the center to turn. All this that we had to do to get the centers and the edges up and running, they aren't going to change. What changes now is starting here. Actually, before I go any further, I should just, I want to, put this in this list so I don't forget to, and then am confused about why a piece isn't, why it's not turning. And of course, we're gonna get 1 functional before I copy and paste them all around. I mean, technically I could do that now, but yeah. Just get 1 working, it's just easier to look at, and yeah. Okay, so... So here we go, this is the part that I said would eventually have to change, and the time is now. I guess I'm gonna wanna do... Yeah, I do. I think I want it to be 2 things. Do I want to make some kind of, like, have these both inherit from something that's like piece info and then a list of both of those? Not really. It's fine. Currently turning edges and currently turning corner, edge pieces, corner pieces, that's fine. No, make it smaller name. It doesn't need to be that long. Okay. That, and then corner info. And I think that this is worth doing, possibly, because... and also this. There's some situations where, like, if I do a slice move, I know that only centers and edge pieces are turning. So I can skip checking anything with the corners. And, like, that's something where, even just that alone could be worth just separating these. Yeah, anyway. Okay, that. Oh, right, and then even on top of that, I have to then, you know, here I have to test, like, 0 and 1 with the corners. I need to test 1, 2, 3, or 0, 1, 2. So all of these are going to be, what's currently here are turning edges. So this, and this. And basically where all of those are, now I have to add extra stuff for the turning corners. So, that's from here to here. So I should be able to basically copy this to start. Actually, yeah, copy it, make very minimal changes, actually. And turn this into the corners one. Or this is gonna be this, and where are you still? This. What's your problem now? Wait, what? Cannot convert, oh, yeah, your corner info, corner in corners, and corner in corner and corner. Okay, so now, this is, figure out which other edge pieces should turn with us, parent them to us, and then, I guess, figure out which other corner pieces should turn with us, then parent them to us. So get through the corners, corner direct. So then we first clear the list, make sure that it's empty, and we're not accidentally turning stuff that, like, you know, from the last turn or anything like that. Which technically we also clear it down here, but it's just extra reassurance that we're not going to accidentally turn the wrong thing anytime ever. Edges, and just to make sure I don't forget this, I'm going to put this here as well. Okay. So, where? So, edges. Corners. Clear the list. For every corner, check that any of the directions matches current direction. Yeah. I was tempted to make this a bit simpler by having something inside of edge info and center info that you could call that, like, has direction, and then you pass into direction, and then it checks, and then sends back a true or false. Yes, I would like to do that. So I think there's going to be other things that are going to want to know that. So we're going to make a public bool has direction, and it takes in the direction to test. And then in here is going to be if direction to test 0, or direction to test equals current direction 0, or direction to test equals current direction 1. Then return true, and then else. What? Technically, I don't need else return false. I can actually just have return false, because if we return here, then we leave. We're not coming back here. If we get to this code, then you'd have return false. Technically, yeah, that's that. And even though we haven't done enough in corner info just yet, I can at least put this here. Where then this has then the extra, one extra bit to test, which I am fine hard coding this. Sometimes it might be good to, have a for loop, go through each thing or whatever, which I could maybe do, but this, we know for sure 100% always an edge is going to have 2 and a corner is going to have 3 always, so I'm fine hard coding it here. And it's not like it's 100 or whatever. It's fine. So now I can make this code just a little bit nicer looking by using edge dot has direction centerpiece dot current direction. Yeah. So now that's a lot less. And then this gets to be same deal. except corner. Yeah, so that's just a little bit just nicer. Helper functions, be good. Okay, so we clear the corners, then we test. If we go through every corner, if it has this direction, the direction of the centerpiece, meaning that it's, you know, with it, even if it's turned the wrong way, at least one of the directions matches, then we add it to the list. And then we go through everything that we did just add to the list, and then we parent it. Which technically means that actually at this point I could just parent it up here. Do I just do that? I mean, part of it being in the list is then to know what to unparent later. Yeah, that would just be the smart thing. Just do it here. Yeah. Wait. Then also corner.set. Yeah. Might as well save the not needing to go through the for loop. Then do the same thing here with edge. That looks a little bit nicer, I suppose. And then we do the turn, blarg, and then here at the end, then we unparent other edge pieces, and then we're gonna copy that and turn that into. Actually, I'll do it after here, just to let it be together. Unparent other corner pieces, where then we're gonna have corner info, adjacent turning piece in adjacent or currently turning corners. Just keep changing all the words. And then we unparent, and now then this is the thing that is going to be a little bit different. From this code, it's going to look identical. Where we call, now that this piece that just turned, we call this turn function to say, update your directions. But now this is going to have more work to do, being a corner rather than an edge, to update 3 values rather than just 2. Although, just like the edge, where it has 2, we don't actually need to update 2 for this kind of turn. We only need to update 1. You know, if we have a front edge here, we turn front. The front one is going to still be facing the same direction. It's only the other one that needs to change. In corner info, likewise, not center, corner. When we turn a corner, one of them is going to stay the same, and it's the other 2 that are going to have to change. So, yeah, that's what we gonna have to figure out. Okay. Okay. So now, yes. Now we need to update this whole thing and turn based on it being an edge rather than a corner. So that we're just gonna start one thing at a time, I guess. Oh boy. So first thing we have to do is determine what's the one axis that's staying the same. So I had this changing direction index was 0, and then if axis to turn equals 0, then it becomes 1, and that was easy. It's just either or. This, I either have a Boolean that's the one that's going to stay the same, and then I change the other 2, or I have a Boolean that is the one that's the 2 of them that are turning. I think it'll work for the calculations later on. Just have 2 ints for the 2 that are changing. So, in changing direction index 1, I don't love that, but yeah, it's the 2 other ones that are changing. I think it's gonna be 0 and 1. Actually, I guess, huh? Well, okay. So then to know what needs to change, if axis of turn is it matches 0, then this would equal 1, and then this would equal 2. So I mean, I could go plus, but just to make sure I have this right. Then the other situation is if that is that, then if the axis of turn is equal to change direction 1, or current direction 1, if the one that we want to stay the same is the middle one, then the first stays the same, and changing direction index needs to be here. So it would be just this becoming 2. Which maybe I could do something to make this, what's your problem? Wait, what is your, oh, you think you're never used, yeah, okay. I can maybe have some way of cleaning this up, but this I can easily see all 3 scenarios. It starts being 0, 1, that's the default, which remains unchanged if this is the one to be the same. If this one is the one to stay the same, then we just shuffle them both down, so now it's this and this. And if this one was the one to stay the same, then only the second one shuffles down, which these cover, so good. Oh, no, sorry, this should not be 1, 1. Whoops, 1, 2, what I meant to do. So 0, 1, 1, 2, and then this is 0, 2. I don't need to change it from 0 to being already 0. Makes sense, maybe, kind of, sort of, possibly. And just that this temporarily isn't breaking, I'm just going to pass in the 1 into all of these. Oh, here. I'm going to require a lot more changes, but just as a starting point. Okay, so now got to figure out how we're going to handle all this. So, actually, so, okay, this actually might not be that bad. For normal moves, you know, when we're turning the full thing and when we're doing slice turns, technically corners don't have to deal with slice moves, so that's interesting. But this actually is even more similar than I thought. I thought one thing I was about to suggest is just run all of this code with some function that passes in the first one, and then set it, and then run it all again, passing in the second one, and then set it. I can do even better than that. I can, wait, hold on. Actually, no, wait, will I know? Oh, no, I won't know which one changed. Never mind. Well, wait, hold on. I was about to say, okay, so better explain with example. If I am looking at this corner, that is up, front, right, and I'm turning it clockwise on the front face, this is gonna stay the same. So that's, yeah, it's the up, which is the first one, and the right, that would change. So right is gonna look at this list. We're turning on the front. And it's going to do all the stuff that we talked about. It's basically going to go down the list. So right becomes down. Like, that's not crazy compared to what we do to edges. That's the same how we do to edges. And then the other one was up. And up is going to go down the list and become right. I was thinking that... So right can become down. And then to not have to go through the whole calculations again. Whatever... the one that was just right that became down, up could just be like, what was the other one? Become that immediately. Save time. But knowing which one would need to be the one to inherit the other one, might be tricky. Because either way, I have to know, like, which one is later in this list. If we're at left and up and flip around, so even that doesn't help. And then going counterclockwise, doing double turns. Yeah, okay. No, be able to be like, oh, just save the calculations and just inherit the old one might be trickier than I was. There might be some clever way to do it, but it might just be easier to just calculate them both separately. It's probably fine. We don't need, like, crazy... Even, like, this doesn't eat up that much performance because it's only going to be running one of these. So running it twice shouldn't be the worst, in theory. Possibly. Maybe. Okay, so how do I want to do this? Hold on. I want to turn this into a function that passes in a direction, which is going to be this, and then it's going to spit out a new direction all the way down here, and then I can just pass that in, which means everything, I think, from here... Actually, I'll take the whole function and then might cut some stuff out. Take from here all the way to here, and we're gonna call it put it in a function so then I can call it with different inputs. You don't even need to be public. Just void apply direction change or something like that. I don't know. Take as input direction old direction. Yeah, direction. And then you will also need the amount to turn. I'm gonna need to pass that in again. Have that just go down the line. Yeah, so then I can go like this. Actually, well, then this go here, and then call apply direction change with the input of old direction and amount to turn, larg. Oh, not void. So the whole point of this is that I want it to return a new direction. So return, instead of void, you're going to return direction. What's your problem with that? Okay, you don't, I didn't type the returning code yet. Yes. You need axis of turn? All right. Yes, you do. Fine. Yes, that's gonna work. So then, axis of turn. Yes. Do all this, blah, 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 blah. And then down here, instead of applying this directly like this, we're gonna, rip out this line and just go return new direction. I could combine these as one line, but that's fine. It's just clear that that's the new direction, whatever. And then even this line here is specifying this is the old direction. Yeah, I guess. So now to rip this into over here. So now, in theory, I can just go, well, yeah. If I, actually, no, I will do this separately. Go bam. I don't know. So, the comments don't matter that much. Just, and, oh, not like that. And apply it. Something like that. So, we pass in this with this input, and then apply that to that. Then, we just call it again, but with these being 2s. And in theory, that should update both of them. Because the logic that updates one part and the other part, they could be independent of each other. They don't depend on each other based on, like, they only care about the turn and going off of this cycle of enum stuff. And this should also then handle turning a quarter backwards and 180 because we already handled those cases. In theory. I do wonder, like, it's possible I could... There's probably ways to clean this up and have this not be so long. But just for each of these, I'm basically using entire different, as far as Unity is concerned, different types, different whole enums, that represent different things. I think you can write, like, generic functions where you can pass in, like, types or whatever, but I don't think I need to get that complicated with this. Even if it might reduce it a bit, it's fine, possibly. All right, so with all that, is this corner actually set up? Did I up front right? You have your name. The name is just so I can tell what's going on. You're in there. All right, I guess now we tested this is working. I want to turn off auto turn and do a manual turn just to see for sure. All right, go to play mode. Nothing immediately exploded, and I will start with F turn. Will this go down here? Drum roll, please. Yeah. Oh, what? Why are you turning instantly like that? What the heck? It is turning correctly, but what happened to the speed? What the heck? Did I not? Oh, did I temporarily changed this to slip, but I didn't turn it back to rotate towards. Okay. All right, fair enough. That's all right. Let's try it again. I'm pretty sure it was working. Let me just have it be proper. Bam! Yeah! Look at it go! Woo! And now to test other directions. I guess now I just go to all of them and just mainly focusing on the edge, on the corner here. In fact, temporarily, it looks like it's working. I just want to temporarily turn off all the edges and just look at the corners. The single corner that there is. And I want to see it turning on its own, just like an extra double check. I kind of do need to somewhat check every axis. If it's working on one axis, in theory, it should be working on the others. Why is... Oh, for a second I thought it wasn't turning right. I was just pressing the wrong button. And then I also got to check double turns. And at this one, I think I turn on the auto turn thing. Which, and there's gonna be a lot of turns that aren't turning it, but it's good to check that turning a sensor that's not the one that it's at and making sure that it doesn't turn, that is worthy check to do. But yeah, look at that corner go. Woo! That's great. That's fantastic. That is what should indeed be happening. Booyah! Alright, that looks great. And then if these edge pieces have been turning. If I do this, we can see it be all scrambled. Oh my, look at it go. That is getting to be more of a complete cube. It'll be cooler once it's, graphically better, but even in its current form, it be turning. It do be turning. Oh, that's awesome. It's just so mesmerizing. Love that. Fantastic. All right, so that's working. Cool. Like, didn't even have, and I'll update the counter there. 19 pieces are technically kind of completed. With that, I guess we're at a point. Oh, I should, oh no, I will, yeah. Well, no, it'll be easier to set up the corners with the edges temporarily turned off, but, or I think anyway. Let's go set up the rest of these corners now. I think we're at a point where I can comfortably do that. So, I'll set up all the ones on the top layer, and then we will test that, and then I'll set up all the ones on the bottom layer, just to split up the monotony of typing in all the things and whatever. So, okay. Now I gotta double check what each thing needs to be. Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, I made an extra one. That's fine. This, then... Wait, what the heck happened? Did I mean... Not that it matters, but I kind of want this to be in the same order as this. Well, actually, no, that's fine. That one is white, green, orange, and then this one is gonna be. Come on. This one's gonna be white, blue, orange. I gotta make sure I get these right conceptually. And this one's gonna be white, blue, red, based on my scheme. Oh, and then stuff on the right is gonna be, so up, front, right. Then this is gonna be up, front, left. This one is gonna be up, back, left. And this is gonna be up, back, right. All right, cool. So far so good. And then now the most important bit. The actual how these things are looking. So this one is gonna need to hide the right and just turn on the left. Easy peasy. This one is gonna need to turn off both of these and then turn on the other ones, which is gonna be this and this. And this one is gonna need to turn off green, which is front, and turn on back. All right, yeah, looking good. And then last thing is I need to add them to my corner list. Except the one that we already added, obviously. So like, blam. All right, and now let's see if this does what we want it to. Oh, right, add auto turn turned off, yes. Auto turn on. Wait, no, I have to click over here. Bam. Technically down here is the game view, which we'll figure out like getting the camera as it should be later. But for now, like, yeah, just looking at this in the scene view, it's all the same. In fact, maybe I even turn off Gizmo so we can actually see it. I don't need to see all the camera stuff. Look at it go! Those are correctly turning corners. Oh yeah. Booyah. All right, and then just for funsies, if I have to find the, I just get the edges just by going like, bam. What? Why is, this, and then, yeah. Just getting the, edge pieces in there too. What? Oh, what happened? Oh, what? I don't know why me going out of play mode broke things, but that's fine, hopefully. Oh, because I turned off the parent object, and I think that stops coroutines or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's fine. All right, go! Yeah! It's funky now it having this many holes in it. Also, I can update. I made 3 more work. So, 1, 2. 22! Woohoo! Corners, indeed. Yeah, look at all that. It's funky, fancy, cool. And it's almost weird having like the few holes that it does now. But it is now more cube than gaps. So that's good. Good progress. Awesome. I guess let's finish it up and get the rest of these corners working. 1, actually, it'll save me a slight bit of time to just actually copy the ones that are above where they need to be. Then I just need to flip the whites for the other colors. Yep. Being a little bit smarter with this. Bam. Okay, and then so all of these in the names, I'm just going to be replacing the W for the for a Y for yellow. That's how letters work. Okay, this yellow, and here this is like the only. Well, there's probably gonna be other tedious stuff at some points when we're setting up like the M moves and like whatever. But there's only 26 pieces that I had to just set up all this meticulous stuff, and then it'd be good afterwards. And yeah, like in theory, I could have tried to write super complicated code to automate this, but I think there's a point where that becomes potentially unnecessary. All right, look from the top, the cube to be looking complete. From the bottom, not so much. Let's patch her up. So all of these ups should go away, and then all of the downs should show themselves. I missed one. Whoops. Boom. Look at that. Not done just yet. I now need to go on the actual pieces and then change these. Which even the right, these just need to change from up to down. It's still be down, front, right is that follows the order that it should have. Yep. Just be consistent. All these change to down because yeah, that's the higher priority thing. Okay. Awesome. That actually makes that way easier. Wow. Working smarter, not harder. Blah blah blah. Cool. Cool. Almost there. Almost there. Now I just need to, on here, add the rest of the corners in to the list, which, bam. All right. Based on the fact the other corners were working, I shouldn't be too worried about whether or not this is going to work, but, you know, we'll see if things break horrendously last minute or if I missed one or whatever. Let's turn on the auto mode, and let's take this cube for a spin. Pun entirely intended. Yeah. Woo! Now that is a Rubik's Cube. And with that, I go 1, 2, 3, 4. The pieces completed 26. Now, we're not done. We are far from done. Both in terms of graphical looking good and, you know, functionality. Because, we've got basically all the basic turns that you can do on a Rubik's Cube as a beginner. You know, F prime, F2. Actually, go off the orientation that we're looking at on screen. We got F, we've got R, we've got U, we've got D, we've got L, we've got B. I think I went through all of them? Yeah. There's so much more than just that, though. Now I've got to figure out what we are doing next. But at some point we got an M turn, which actually I think this is M and this is M prime. I got to make sure I get the direction correct. That's going to be funky, but we've got M, I think, is this E, like the middle layer here, and then this is S, which I have to double check which way is which. I slip up on those a bit. We got to get those middle turns. And I want to get turning the entire cube, which has the notation of X, Y, Z. I think, this is no, is it? This is X, this is Y, this is Z, maybe something like that. I will double check those things before I put them in as the wrong directions. In theory, if I did, it should be an easy swap, but better to not mess it up in the first place. But, yeah, in all the time I was talking, this got to, yeah, go for a test, and it is all looking good. I don't know if I want to worry about now, like, sealing in, like, yeah, you can, like, see through the cube to the other side. Like, that might more come with polish. In theory, well, okay, I went through all the work of, like, I have, you know, these are all hidden. I could, in theory, have the ones that are hidden, put, like, a black material on them for now. Just well, I don't know if I'm not sure. I mean, like, this is gonna then partially come down to, like, you know, graphically, how do I want it to look? Do I want black on the inside? I mean, you do have, some Rubik's Cubes, like this, the common Rubik's Cube, you know, this one has, you know, the stickers and whatnot, and then on the inside is just pure black or whatever. Because the main Rubik's Cube I use now, this one is a stickerless cube, and it is another common thing with cubes. two common styles, the stickers and the stickerless. I wanted to make a cube that, like, long-term, when we do more graphical stuff, I kind of wanted to match the one I have here in front of me. Not to be completely one-to-one, but if I did want to match it, like, pretty close, how this cube happens to have its insides, and how I think a lot of, is common for stickerless cubes, is that on the in-between two colors, it's like a halfway split diagonally, like down the middle of one color and the other. So there's that, which hypothetically I may want to do. And then in the center, well, it's gonna be hard to show on camera. Okay, yeah, I don't think I'm able to show that very easily. But in a centerpiece, it goes down a bit, being that color, and then you see the whole core of the cube, or you start to, which is all like a white that's not this white. It's more of just like a plastic, non-colored kind of white. So I don't know if I want to go to that level of trying to match this, but we'll see. For now, well, I'm thinking like the easiest thing I could do is just have every face that's on the inside of something. So I could do this as a test. Give it a black material and then turn it back on. Let me just kind of see how that looks on one corner as just a test to see if it looks good or not. I do. Oops. Oops. Why can't I turn? Okay, I was holding on the wrong button. Yeah, I mean, like, it is. It's better. I'm seeing all like the white coming through of like the rest of the cube being hollow, but then looking at this, then it's harder to. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter at this point, but telling like which ones are the colors and which ones aren't. I almost want to. Ooh, you know what I might do? Can I write some quick piece of code that's like, look at all on start, look at all of your children, whichever ones are disabled, give a black material. That'd be a super fast way of doing this. Actually, I'll put that in a different script. Just this is something I think I could automate reasonably fast, and then something if this isn't what I want to do long term, then I can quickly get rid of and have it not mess with these. Okay, wait. So what was I doing? What did I just? Hold on. Or like so turning whatever's off, make it. Hold on. I'm just trying to name the script based on like. So change the materials to black if the thing is off. How do I make that a nice simple name? Whatever. Just piece inside material changer. I don't like that name, but whatever, it's fine. It does the thing. It describes what this does. And this is more of a temporary thing anyway. So you're gonna take public material. Just change, well, not even change, just inside material, I guess. And then on start, go for each, I can go for each material, for each mesh renderer in, get components and children, mesh render, okay, good. And then mesh render dot material equals inside material. That should work. I can put it in awake. Yeah. All right, we'll see if that works. Maybe, possibly. And then I will individually on the prefab level go and add material changer and add in black. Technically, I'll have to do this on each of the 3 piece prefabs, but that's fine. That's not that tedious. Just do this 1, 2, and 3 times. Oh no, got it. And material changer thingy 3 times. All right. So in theory, that should work. I guess we're gonna see. Oh wait, I didn't do the extra test. I didn't even at all go get all the mesh renderers, and then if that mesh renderer dot game object dot active self, if it's not active, wait. Oh, wait. Right, and then I'm setting it active. Oh, right, okay, so, right, there's more to this. Yes, if it's, look at each game object, if it's, we'll do in get component, like, mesh render, and then go back up, because it's just easier. if it is not active, then make it that material and then enable it. Yeah, that's a little bit funky, but this is more like temporary code just to save me some tedious work that is temporary that I may long-term undo. So this should be fine. If it works, it works. So now they should have black insides. Oh, it didn't quite. Why not? It didn't do the extra step of activating itself. Why? Set active true. Oh, I know why. This has to just have a true in here. By default, get component children, it skips, if I remember this correctly. Yeah, include inactive. By default, if there's an inactive game object, it skips it. By saying that's the true, that this yeah, will include inactive, it will get the inactive ones, which are the only ones I actually care about. Right. So it was only getting the active ones and then skipping over them. Right, okay. There we go. Yay! Woo! Now the cube is no longer hollow, which, yeah, is good for now. Like, it just, yeah, we have something there. I worry a bit about, like, all the overlapping faces that are, like, directly on top of each other, but I guess I'm not seeing any weird, funky clipping issues, so it's fine. The whole inside of the cube is going to be looking super weird, because it is going to be making some faces that don't need to be shown. Actually, well, I guess all of them will be, yeah, like that. Yeah, and I guess basically all the inside, most of it. Yeah. Oh, no, I guess, no, even with that turning that way. Huh. Yeah, that's, if I'm turning that up that way, then in like this from the bottom, you can see that like tiny bit of black. Yeah, I guess, every direction might need to be shown from some angle. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But long term, I want to try to do this. I think it'll look cooler, and then you can see more of just how the colors are that way. Like, yeah, not having the black. And, I don't know, it's cooler looking, like, more polished kind of pattern. But for now, this works fine in the medium term. And with that, we kind of have a functional Rubik's Cube. Look at it go in all its glory. Geez, do I even want to... in terms of, like, solving it. Because also, even when I solve a Rubik's Cube, I mean, so it's like standard, whatever, to have the cube, you scramble it in this orientation with like white up, green in front. But then a lot of people commonly then immediately when you get it and go to solve it, flip it around, solve white on the bottom, and then go up and solve yellow. Or, like, you solve the white face first, and then go up the cube and solve yellow last. Some people who are like very, like, insane professionals can start from any side and just work with that, and based on how the cube is looking when it's scrambled, it would be better to start on blue and then go up and solve green. But I'm not at that level yet. Part of me wants to go and like now as like because I've now made this, now go and like turn off my auto thing and now attempt to solve this cube with just buttons. But the fact that I have to do it effectively upside down, you know what, I could. For one solve, I think I could solve this yellow down while I don't have all my XYZ moves. I mean, do I even want to? It would be such a pain, especially because I assigned the letters, the individual keys on the keyboard rather than, should I actually temporarily make it like the numbers on the top? Actually, I might do that real quick as like, have both there. Yeah, real quick, this might just help me just, yeah. If I'm looking, I just want to go through the things easier. If I press U, or I press, is it Alpha 1? What is, yeah, Alpha 1. Whoop, nope, Alpha 1. That's the, from the numpad along the top. I basically do that, and then just go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and then, I mean, I don't know if I want to put these in a better order, but this should be fine, potentially. And then I have, like, holding shift while doing the number. Holding shift will then make it counterclockwise. Holding control makes it a double turn, I suppose. That'd be what I'm sticking with for now. So let me just test that as well, which, first of all, let it get some scrambling in, and then if I, turn this off, and then go 1. Wait. 2... Oh, right, no, I was looking at it the wrong way. Yeah, 2 is supposed to be that. Yep, so 1... Wait, it is? Wait, no, it's not. Oh, 2 being there. Oh, I messed this up. 2, and then 3, and then 4. The fact that I didn't get to 6 should have tripped me off, but I'm used to arrays where you start at 0, I guess. Alright, with that, let's try that again. Just let it get some turns in, do what it's doing, take a drink of water. If I really wanted to, like, have it start being scrambled, I could, like, you know, in Awake, do, like, 20 random turns where it instantly Snap does the turns and runs all the functions and then goes or whatever. It would not be wise to be, like, randomly, you know, move the piece to a random spot in the cube and hope there's no accidental overlap of that. Or like, there are some permutations of the cube that can be unsolvable if you, like, I mean, you just, like, you turn a corner like this. This is technically an unsolvable cube because of math. There's some states that, yeah, you can't get into. Anyways, okay, that's enough time. Auto scrambling. Okay, so just testing my numbers. 1, 2, yep, 3... 4, 5, 6. Those technically, yeah, are correct. So, I almost want to wait until I have actual, like, the rest of the things, but you know what? For funsies, doing this is going to take so long. Well, this isn't going to be fast, but let's just, to really just test that some of this is working. Can I, like, maybe if I don't solve all of it, let me just start solving a little bit. Oh god, and the fact that I gotta, like, see, the idea, eventually, long-term, if I want chat to be solving this, I want to have the cube at, like, a static angle like this, like the camera is, and be able to turn the cube all around. I debated that, whether I want to, some, websites like this have, like, the other sides of the cube that you can't see are, you know, having, like, yeah, stuff here to be able to see them. I could potentially do that kind. I mean, well, how I would make this and then make sure that these are accurate to these, that's extra funky programming, but in the long term, I could try to figure that out. Although that website, when you type in a move, it like, actually, wait, how does it, hold on, I just realized that, how does this look when you actually wait and let it turn? Oh, it actually has the individual squares that move around. Whoa. Right. That's interesting. Could I cheat this somehow by... So I don't think I want to set this up right now, but I have a hypothetical... If I just, like, for this corner, just, you know, copy this, put it out, however much, and then, you know, copy this, put it out, and then copy this and put it out. That, based on the current, like, pairing stuff that I have going on, wouldn't this just work? Technically, looks like it, huh? Like, might be a bit messy to have that though. I'm not sure if I want it. Oh, I can't. Oh, because that's gonna try to grab the prefab. The one time, actually, can I? If there's like a quick way, I could just kind of. I don't want to select the prefabs. If I could just select the face, and that's gonna do that, and that's not what I want. But like, okay, just to like test the idea, even if it's gonna look super weird, if I go, well, no, that's gonna be duplicating the whole piece. They're not gonna turn correctly then. Whatever, it's fine. Is there no easy way for me to like? Yeah, I have to like, go through and do it more annoyingly. But anyways, or even like on through code on start, each active face could duplicate itself and then move away. But hypothetically speaking, let me just do this on one singular piece just to show a better proof of concept. Is that if I move these out, and right now I'm moving them out some arbitrary amount, I could, you know, figure out the actual distance in a sec. Or like if I go to do it for real. These should just move, right? Yeah. I mean, it looks a bit funky how fast to do it, but yeah, this... I feel like I would want these pieces to not be double-sided. Actually, even these I don't need double-sided. Right now, I, to be able to see to the other side of the cube, I, have all of these set to render both faces. I guess I don't need that anymore, right? We're gonna find out. If I just have these set to front, then, Oh, well, okay, actually, technically all of these would need to be back. I would need to rotate them around, actually. But for the cube itself, it's fine. Technically this, I don't know. Well, yeah. Oh. Blah. Or even just scale -1. Just something consistent I can just paste into these other things. So I go this, and then blah, and then that, and then blah. Technically. Yay, Rubik's Cube! Yeah, indeed. Indeed, it do be working. So, hypothetically, if I wanted this, yeah, this actually wouldn't be hard to like, no programming at all really involved in doing this. It's just, do I want to go through the meticulous setting it up right now? Which the answer to that is no. And more so, I might wait on doing that until I have a more polished, like, actual cube. It's in and of itself. So, alright, cool. Cool. Let me let it scramble itself a bit. I don't really want to... Now that I've stalled long enough, messing with ideas of expanding on the different things that we could do with this. And bam! I really want to commit myself to trying to solve this. Let me at least solve, like, the cross, and I will figure that out from there. So, like, oh, no. I have to get used to what buttons I have being what. And then that L was not there. L is not there. L is 6, right? Yeah, okay. And then, oh, wait, where did... Oh, no. Now that I have to I'm going to be panning around the cube for now, but then I have to, like, go back being clicked into the game view to be able to press buttons. Actually, can I? Can it not be that way? Ah, whatever, it's fine. Okay, well, I guess I'll just kind of go 5. In theory, if I do this long enough, I will learn my buttons. Not that. And yes, what's gonna really, lead to making so many more mistakes is just pressing all the wrong things. And left is this, and then no, that way is clockwise. Oh no. And also not messing up what is clockwise and what isn't. Look at that. I got three edge pieces in the yellow cross. I am looking for the blue yellow piece now. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I was looking right at it. Just turn that like that. Okay, this is kind of fun to do. It's definitely so much more tedious. Whoops. Especially pressing all the wrong faces. I want the back face, which is 4? Yeah. And then L is 6. I'm getting the hang of it. Look at that! We got a cross. If you ignore that piece, we've got the yellow cross. Now, am I gonna do F2L? How am I gonna do OLL algorithms? Oh, God. What have I signed myself up for? Oh, boy. Well, okay, if I want... Oh, this is a... Oh, and also now that I'm doing F2L, like, upside down from how I normally do it. Can I do... Oh, no. Okay, this is... No, I'm gonna start with a different case. Hold on. Is there a more free F2L pair? Something like the yellow. It being yellow is throwing me off, and me not looking for white. Let me go and then actually I can type the letters directly. I do have that as buttons. Wait. Oh, wait. What? No, not that. Don't do that way. Do R, which is R. Yeah, I don't know whether I'll, like, long-term want to do the letters or the buttons. This. No, not that. That way. And then R prime. And then, good job getting it working. Thank you. Yeah, I'm cool that we were able to get here. Okay, F prime, U... F, and then what, look, check this out. R, and then U, and then R prime. Wait, no, I put that in the wrong place. I'm a fool. No, I was trying to be cool. I messed it up. That, and then, wow, normally if I'm solving it this way, green is on, then orange is over here, but I'm doing it this way, orange is on the other side. So I put it in here. So, now I would go F, U, F prime. Look at that, a whole That's I solved. Oh no! Where is the blue, orange, yellow piece? It is. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, you're there? Oh, never mind then. There a better F2L pair around here? This is so funky. This is funkiness to the highest degree, but that's okay. R, and then this, and then that. Or not that. No, wrong things. And then, wait, where was, oh no, wait, you, it was you and you that I wanted to do stuff with, but then also not messing that up. Hold on. We're just gonna put that over there. This is also harder because if I was like looking at the cube like this, I would want this to be F, this to be R, or whatever, because that's not how I'm currently have this set up. Unless I want to try to solve the whole cube only looking at it this way, that's a whole thing. Which no to that. Massive amounts of no. Okay, I want to go from here. L, U2, L, prime, and then, R, U, look at that! Look at that all in there. Wow. At this point, you know what? This may be entirely, I mean, it is unnecessary. There's no maybe about this. I am going to attempt to do the ridiculous thing that is trying to solve this whole thing like this. I mean, unless I accidentally mess up so bad that I completely scramble it. Alright, and then, like, as I get this more functional, then if I do this again, in theory, it'll be easier to do. Whoops, not that. And then, what was it? Well, I want to move, nope, that way. Wait, did I move what I meant to? That, and it's like that, and it's like that. Okay, so then, U, and then, no, L, and then U2, L prime. I paired those two. Even, like, what I'm doing here is not, like, the most optimal. Here, let me do the funkier algorithm. Going, like, oh, no, not that. Going, like, it would be, what I'm doing here isn't even the most optimal, like, well, thing that I should be doing. It's just easier, do the more beginner stuff to just comprehend what's even going on. Not get lost in my moves. Not that one. Not that one either. R is that way, and then B, and then just no, not like that. That's R. Bam! Look at that! All that in there. It's looking great. Fantastic. God. And then last yellow piece. No F2L has ever taken this long in my life. U there, and then the hard thing is that, like, if I wanted this to be the front face, which eventually when we get like X, Y, Z moves hooked up, this almost makes me want to hook up that before I deal with slice moves. They're both going to be a big pain in their own fun ways. So looking forward to that. Okay, this, and then this, and then, you know, we'll just do the normal, like, this, and then, this, and then, this, and then, bam. Look at that! And that is F2L! Woo! Look at how complete that is. Yeah! Oh, boy. Now, if whether the last layer is gonna trip me up, we're gonna find out. So I'm gonna attempt to do this. So now we get into the part where instead of doing more intuition-y things, it becomes more algorithms. Sometimes super long algorithms, like doing all of that just to do a thing. So this is the part where I don't know if I'm gonna be able to actually do this, or whether I will even want to do this, or whether I will just bail. Let's find out. This first bit I think I can do. So, if I'm to, actually, I'm gonna do it this way around, I guess, just to, if I'm to recreate, roughly, actually, ooh, that might help me do this, is if I'm roughly, you have on this cube what I want to do here and do it a couple turns. I could write stuff down if I really wanted to, but no. So the main thing, so this doesn't exactly match what I have here. Too much effort to get it to try to match exactly. But the main thing I'm looking at here is that this is like a zigzag, but just looking at these three pieces, how it's like an L going this way. I want to do, oh wait, never mind. Normally I do a wide R move. I can't do that. Right, I also have to work with what I can't do. I mean, technically I could do this by just turning B, and then on this face, then turning this stuff. I mean, okay, technically that's doable with other moves, but it's funkier. Maybe I'll just do the normal thing of doing this, and then do it a second time. Oh god. Oh hey, wow. Right, no, I know why that. On my end, it looks like it went solved. Or maybe I attempt to do this using no wide moves, which would look something like, so I would normally do this. That is this way. And then, no, I'm more likely to mess that up. We'll just do that. Okay, so from here, so we're gonna U it around, and then I'm going to attempt to do F, R, U, R prime, U prime, and then F prime, which makes a line. So in this case, it looks like a T. In this case here, it looks like a line. I care about just the edge parts of this. And then doing the same thing again. I technically didn't need to do the F part up, but like I just, anyway, yeah, it's fine. R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And there we have a white cross on the top as part of just OLL, just getting, I haven't been fully explaining what I'm doing. But that's fine. So it'll take a million years. It'll take more of a million years if I am explaining why I'm doing everything I'm doing. I mean, actually, I guess I kind of did. I just explained the whole cross thing. But anyway, I'm trying to make all the top white, and then we sort out the pieces that are around here. That's part of the plan. So now that I have this, this I can actually recreate here. Kind of. I go. Oh, whoa! Wow! I messed up. I messed up the cube here that I'm working with. Hold on. Let me put this. Kind of back together. And then a little bit this. I will, okay, let me now, hey, okay, kind of, recreated sort of what I meant to. So now, based on what I see here, I do one of a couple different algorithms or whatever. Actually, wow, I got the exactly what I was looking for. So see how this kind of looks like a fish a little bit? and then there's, based on what I'm seeing, I'm going to attempt another algorithm that looks like this. That's actually going to use a 2 move. So that'll be interesting. Hold on, let me, oh, I wanted to, oh, wait, I messed stuff up. Oh, hold on, wait, accidentally trying to just, like, put stuff back how it was. Hold on, I want to recreate the fish here, and this, yeah, there, did it. Wait a minute. Or, do I have? No way. No way. I just recreated, by accident, the cube I'm holding here looks exactly like this. All the pieces are exactly the same now. That's hilarious. Wow, that's funny. I can pretend that was on purpose. So let me not fail this now, and not mess up this one, and I should be able to copy the rest of stuff exactly, potentially. That's hilarious. Okay, so... how do I want to best do this? Okay, so, yeah, well, no, we're just gonna attempt to. So, wait, no. So it's, yeah. L prime, U prime, then L, U, wait, no, U prime, L, U2, L prime. Whoa, okay, let me finish off this. Wait, oh no, wait, no, this. And now we're looking at the same thing, which this red bar is it's kind of promising of, you know, I can then do a U here, and like, whoa, look, it's totally solved if you just look at 2 sides, if you don't look at the back. So oh no, what we've got left is all this here. I got my plugging in system working pretty epic. Whoa, awesome, fantastic, yeah, congrats, cool to hear. Yeah, I am doing the totally sane thing of trying to solve this Which, we're almost there, actually, if you can see. I don't know if you've been seeing this the whole time, but, yeah. We're almost there, kind of. So we got one thing left. Now, normally in PLL, the permutation of last layer, you look at this, there's an algorithm you gotta memorize, and then you do the algorithm and the cube is solved. I don't have this particular case memorized. Oh no, I've just realized something. No, I can... we'll get to that one. So this this is J-perm. I guess I could look it up in theory, but no. To go off of just knowledge that I have, I do not have J-perm memorized. Normally, you'd see this, you do one algorithm, and then you'd be completely done. An algorithm I will learn someday. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Also, actually, I want to do whatever algorithm I do relative to this. So I'm gonna relative to just forward being forward. So I can do this. Actually, hold on. I will explain something with it being like this, and then, yeah. So I am going to do an algorithm called T-perm that I do have memorized that looks like this, that I do all the time. That should make the cube look like this, where all the corners are solved, but there'll be 3 edges out of place. So when you do that algorithm twice, it kind of puts things back how they just were. So for me to do that algorithm, I just did it here with blue in front, because I can't turn the whole cube here to then... Otherwise, I have to translate all the algorithm stuff. I don't want to do that. Instead, from green being forward, if I turn this, and then do the algorithm, and then turn it back, that does the same thing, right? So... Oh, wait, no, hold on. Don't lose my spot. Hold on. Yeah, now we're back to what we just were looking. Now we're back to what I have on screen. So, yeah, okay, we're going to attempt to, and we'll see. If any part where I'm going to be messing this up, it's going to be right here, right now. So I'm going to turn this way, and I'm going to now attempt to do T-perm, which is like 20 moves. I don't know, maybe it's like 13 or something. It's a lot. And let's see if I don't mess this up. So, we're starting with R. Like R, U, R prime, U prime. By doing it on the cube, like, this, I don't even have, like, the specific, like, moves memorized as much as I do just the muscle memory of doing it. So, me doing it here and then translating that to here. Wait, okay, Now, R prime, U, or F, R prime, or, wait, yeah, R prime, F, R2, which is going to be Control R. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Then U prime. Then R. Wait. Oh, no. No. R prime. R prime. And then U prime again, I think? Yeah. Yeah. I just finished off and then went back. So then R... U, R prime, F prime. Can't believe I did that. Jeez. And then if I do U2, then look at that. Look at how solved it looks if you look at it from one direction. So now we got 3 pieces left to solve. And I only realized, like, right before I got here, that my algorithm I used to do this requires M moves, which we do not have functional yet. So I've got to now figure out a way of doing this without M moves. Technically, well, even the algorithm that I use to do this, that looks like, wait, how did I mess that up? Wait, shoot, wait, no, hold on, what? I was demonstrating algorithm that I'd done it, okay, wow, I just completely messed this up somehow. Wait, no, wait, no, I somehow finish it off. It's fine. I don't know how I actually walk that back that well, but okay. I can now do that properly and just actually on this just to make it exactly what we're looking at. So we got this here. Algorithm looks done properly. Looks like this kind of that uses M moves. Yeah, and so I got to translate them to not do that, which is possible, but it's gonna be extra funky. Let me just now put it back. Now, yeah, okay. So we're just gonna attempt to do this. So this is gonna look like, here we go. If this works, then I'll have solved this thing. That U prime. Now the M move that you do is this, or bam, if you want to like. So I mean, what I can translate to doing. That'd be an L. L. No, not that. Wait. Oh, right, I'm facing the wrong side. Hold on. Bail real quick. Before I do anything, I need to basically translate this to be doing this with green facing forward so that everything else will work kindly, which should be the same as just from green forward doing, you know, I do U2, then do the algorithm, and then undo it, then it should, wait, that is how this works, right? Yeah, there we go. Bam, ba da 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 da. Wait. No, wait a minute, what? Hold on. I did just mess it up, right? Hold on, if I do, right? If I do, hold on, yeah, this. What? Or am I no, you do this, and then, am I just doing it wrong, or? I am, wait, I'm sorry, how did I just do it like 3 times wrong? What the heck? No, wait, how did algorithm that I've done 1,000,000 times, and now for some reason I'm, oh no, it's this. I missed the first. Okay, that. Yeah, I missed the first. Yeah. Okay. No, this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine. So from here, I want to go this, da 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 da, and then it would be a turn from. Okay. Hold on. Wait. Almost broke it. So go. I want to go this, da 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 da. Nope. Wait. How do I? What? Oh, okay, hold on, I'm just being extra dumb here, it's fine. So from here, I'm gonna go blam blam da 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 da. There we go, okay, I'm being like, yeah, extra, yeah. My brain oozing out my ears as I'm attempting to solve this, problem I've only created for myself. Well, then I did not have to do this, but, here we are. So I'm gonna start with this, with a U2, to start this way. And then, it was that, wait, hold on. From here, I need to go start this way. Yep. Oh, no. So now, start with F2. Actually, to do it, to fully test my code, I have an F2 that does that rather than having to press it twice. But an F2 is the same as doing F twice, technically. Yeah. And then U prime. Now, the M move would be this. So if instead I'm to do L. Wait, why does this look different? This shouldn't look different. Wait. Oh, because what I was doing here, I didn't match this, and then L going up like that, and wait, I need to do this. So now I need to go the other direction. Whoa! No! Don't lose myself here. So I need to do L and R prime technically, but then now from here I would do, you know, F from facing this way. That translates to D2, and then make sure I actually copy that. So I did that, and then oh boy, wait, and then hold on, and then blah. Oh no, hold on. Oh no, don't mess this up here with my this. Yeah, okay, I just like finished that off. Just now backtrack. Hold on. So this is fine. We are, yeah, I'm so slow, pet. I didn't think this would take this long, but, how did, like, F prime go better, or T perm go better than what I'm attempting to do here? Okay, so it was this, dis. Wait a minute. No, I flipped that. Wait, why did I think I flipped that? No, wait a minute. No, that would be incorrect to do. Hold on. It wasn't D2, it was doing F2 as if it was doing U2. Right? So yeah, so F2, and you know, actually use my stuff. Whoops. But that works. Doing that, and then apologies for how long this is taking. We're almost there. And then both of these back up, you know, do the other end thing, and then we're sort of back to normal-ish. So then this should be L prime and R, and then F2. No, wait. This should be what? And then no. What? No. Don't mess it up this last minute. No. Wait. What did I? What? How did I? Hold on. Was it this? Oh wait, am I? Oh no, it was. Wasn't it? No. Oh no, this is bad. Oh no. How he was taking so slow and careful. Okay, I can fix this. It's fine, maybe. Okay, at this point, I scrambled like what I have in front of me too far gone, I think. I just have to get it. I can solve this, and we're at a point where I can then go from being solved to recreating this, and then... oh, I wasn't done with that. Okay, this has been a lot more disastrous than I thought it would be. I really want to actually do this at this point, and not mess this up last minute. This algorithm isn't even that hard. It's just, I don't think about it doing it. I just do it. And then, at this point, I have to replace M moves with not M moves, and then figuring out how to translate the rest. It shouldn't be that hard, but just, yeah, geez. Okay, this... Okay, we're solved it here. So now to recreate what we had a second ago was by going like... that was what we started with. And then from this way, I had... I don't understand how I'm like, messing this up so much. It was this, and then... Yeah, that's that. That's not hard. It's not a hard thing. It's just... Okay, so from... I say as I then mess it up on the way back. Okay, so from here, blam, blam, this. So how do I get from here, from like where I was, where I am now? Oh, it was like, should look like this. Oh wait, that's exactly what this looks like. Wait, that means... Oh no, it's just turn and then flip. That's all. That's wow. I made that way more complicated than it needed to be, but I'm glad that I still did that anyway. So it's just to be that, and then F2. And did you look at this? We are now U2, and we have done it. Woo! Fireworks celebration. Woo! So I didn't actually mess that up. I just didn't. What was throwing me off so much is that normally I wouldn't have to, in terms of just knowing what this should look like. If I have it like this, I solve this, this way forward. I know what this should look like as it's getting closer to being solved. But having to flip it around, do it, and then undo it, and not being able to just I don't know. So that just, threw me off a lot more than it needed to, for that. But, yeah, that's just... Like, it's not even that. Like, I can do it here. It's just translating it into then manually pressing the buttons. Yeah. So having to do this, and then undo it. That tripped me up. That, in theory, wouldn't be as much of a problem when we have full cube turns in place, but that's a whole thing. But technically, somehow, some way, I did it. I don't know how long that took, whether that was worth doing, but we did somehow do that. Oh, boy. So... With that being done, and now enjoy being scrambled, because there it goes. Now undoing all that, or enjoy being unscrambled. Whatever. Anyway, yeah. I can't even if I press my own buttons in here, this is like overriding that. The frame that a turn is done. Oh, actually, I can kind of mess with it. Sort of. Maybe. Actually, I'm not 100% sure on that. Anyways, but I can. Yeah. Whoa. Maybe I could hold it down and have it continuously turn. Actually, well, part of me wants to do that. If I'm holding it, then it just spams U moves. But nah, that's fine. Probably, maybe. Because otherwise, then when we actually have full instruction things, because that would be insane. I mean, well, me typing, I could just if I can go F R da 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 da. If I want to copy some algorithm that I'm looking at, but when eventually it becomes a chat thing, which I don't know if I want to, mimic that in Unity first, where I have a little input field here that I can press enter on, that I type stuff, press enter, and then it turns the cube. Probably eventually I should do that, and then at that point then hook it up to Twitch chat stuff, which is gonna be a whole other thing. That's gonna happen very end game, I think. At very least, I want all the basic turns in place. I want M moves, all the slice moves, which M, I think E. No, I think, actually, this is E, I think, and then S. Whichever one's which, it's fine. And then the X, Y, Z of, actually turning around the cube. Wide moves are also important, but they're, lower priority, I think. It will at least happen after slice moves, I think. Because any wide move can just be a turn, or the other turn, and then a cube rotation in disguise, which then maybe under the hood, like, that is what we'll do to do those moves, maybe? Something like that? I don't know. We'll figure that out. Or this will, like, copy the code that handles some of that stuff, and then, like, do it in succession, or something like that. But, we'll see. We'll see. What time is it? It is 11:17. I do need to stop a bit earlier tonight. I have some family stuff going on tomorrow, and, like, I need to not, like, have a stream that goes to, like, 2 a.m. I think with this being done, and we have a kind of complete cube, now, how are we going? 3 hours, 70 minutes, is good. Now might be a decent stopping point. Although I guess, like, do a little bit of a roadmap of what to do next. Even just, actually, yeah, let's, yeah, well, I don't know if here's where I want to put this, but yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna put a bit of a roadmap to remind myself in the future of what what things we need to do next, and then roughly plan in order. Slice moves. So MES, which I have rough ideas for that, with like having an invisible empty game object piece that is like the core of the cube, and turning on that, and then that can parent the centers under it and do stuff with that. We'll see how that goes. Turning whole cube, and that's X, Y, Z, is important to note that when I go to code this, all of these are capitalized, all of these, like X, Y, Z, are small. And this would include, like, all of these can have, like, X2, you know, Y prime, like, that's a part of it. And I don't, as I said before, I could, well, actually I can't, but, like, in theory, one, you know, way that I could try to look at approaching it is, like, don't actually turn the cube, just turn the camera in Unity or whatever and fake it. I want to actually turn the cube and, like, let everything, you know, not move the camera. One, just to do it more legitimately, but also I need to then also turn, I need to change what centers are controlled by pressing the different buttons. Like up would, instead of being green, would then become, you know, blue would be up, and like that kind of stuff definitely would need to change while doing that kind of stuff. So that's important. Turning whole cube, wide moves as are a little bit lower priority, but getting them functional would be great. I meant to write them. I guess I can write them all. U, D, F, B, L, or R, L. And then that would also include the primes and the doubles and all that sort of stuff. And then, like, at that point, that if we get to the point where all that's done, then technically all the moves are done. Then I want to do fake chat input, or fake chat input field or something, to be able to, like, mimic at least just that part of it where I submit a thing and it goes to the thing and whatever. And then when I have that, then at that point, then I could also have full algorithms is a thing we want. And then the order of these might flip around a little bit, but I think slice moves versus turning the whole cube in terms of what's going to be slightly easier. I feel like slice moves based on how we made the other moves will be slightly easier, maybe. At the very least, it'll be our introduction to that, like, center pieces having to update their direction rather than... and then only edges. We won't have to mess with corners to get slice moves to work, in theory. Cube being able... or testing if solved. I want starting to, you know, put in the detection to be able to tell, is the cube currently solved? Testing if solved. Auto scramble or something. That we have the auto turn thing. It could be either turn, like, some button that is like a scramble function that could just be turn that on for like 10 seconds and then turn it off, or put in a fixed number of moves when we get the full algorithms thing, like generate a random algorithm and put that in. We'll see. And then at some point, like, actual chat integration, that's gonna be a whole mess, I'm sure of it. That'll be interesting to figure out. That will require lots of Googling and figuring all that, but interested in actually, yeah, doing that. But that's going to be a lot further down. Oh, polish of cube model, like just making the physically what it looks like looking better. That's going to be told thing, which I don't know when I want to do that. I don't know if I don't think I want to do it last, but I definitely kind of want to get the other, that might happen like after we get the different moves, or even just these two, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Okay, we're probably gonna end things off real quick, but I have to go to the bathroom real quick. Gonna do that, and then I'll quickly finish off this planning. We'll figure out what we're doing next, and then we'll probably end things off shortly. But yeah, all right, be right back in a second. All right, and I'm back. So in terms of, yeah, what we have left, I guess I should write down just a little bit of, like, method of how we're gonna do this. Some of these, just to remind myself for when we get back to this. Mainly for slice moves that, like, have hidden, core piece, something like that. Turning the whole cube... We could maybe just get away with turning the whole thing. If we, like, that could be, yeah, that's the easy part. The hard part is the afterwards updating, their relative positions so that they know where they've moved to. So we'll see if I want to do this here, or I just parent everything to the core piece and then turn that. That may be better, just so this parent thing gets to stay, being more of a manager and staying unrotated, but we'll see. Have hidden core piece, and, you know, parent everything, clean centers. I also want to put something about, just remind myself that I don't have to touch corners. I only have to care about edges and centers. That's a thing, I guess. I will want to confirm the directions of MES. They are slightly funky. Which ones, or which? Wide moves, might be able to, I might be able to cheat that with other moves. I'll reassess that after these other moves are done. We'll see. Okay, chat input field, full algorithms. And be able to test in. Oh, the idea of having some special commands for specific algorithms would be super cool. Like, a common algorithm is called tperm that is doing this. So if you, like, typed in that name specifically, that would be cool to just, like, have that be a thing. But that's like extra bit of, like, polish, like, afterwards. That's like, even like after this, just like adding more commands. Maybe even having a list of that, of like more possible commands. Just a plan. So actually, just possible commands in the first place, just so that we're clear on. I don't want to type out. Yeah, I don't want to type out, like, every single more type, like, actually, well, I can go possible commands. Basic turns. Nah, no, I know the basic ones, like, that's fine. I'll write down, I just want to write down, like, extra, like, the funkier ones, such as, special list of, algorithm names, and I would have to figure out how much I care about, like, the capitalization on this for that matters. For, like, the normal cube notation, capitalization matters, but for special algorithm stuff, not so much necessarily. Especially also how I spell it. If I would have, like, the dash in there or whatever, but you know, we'll figure that out. Just inputs, auto inputs, whole algorithm, and then like how many we filled this up with, we'll see. In theory, potentially all of OLL, all of PLL, that'd be cool if it's that big. But I mean, some of them have actual like names, some of them like not as much. I mean, I think they all have names, but like some of them are more common and recognized and used in other things and whatever. Auto solve would be a crazy complicated thing. It would be cool to have. I expect it to be nuts to actually do. Or maybe not so bad if I get the help of like external libraries that do stuff that somehow I can integrate into this. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if in terms of auto solve, like in theory, somehow maybe I can translate like knowing all the positions of every piece into some format that then I can put into some auto library, cube solver, whatever, that then spits out an algorithm that this would take this cube and make it be solved, and then just execute that algorithm. So like some pieces of that puzzle are there. But I think the only world where we do this is if there's something I can use of some external help. I mean, I don't even know if I can like Google some of that now. And it could be even stuff in, I mean, some general algorithm I could find that I can convert from some other programming language into C#. I don't even know. So I don't expect that to be a thing in Unity. Like, I don't even know, auto, like, you know, like what, if I Google anything like with this, I'm not gonna find. Like, I see, like, websites like this. Oh, I can... Why would... Oh, that's funky way of doing that. But I guess if you need some way to put in the whole cube... Jeez. I mean, well, no. If I do this... Oh, solve this. Wow. You don't have enough. Yeah. Too many white tiles? Yeah. I'm not going to do this right here, right now. But hypothetically... I mean, well, this would just solve it. I don't have an algorithm of how to... If I could find one of these that is in some way exposed... Like, I see this, like, whoa, no, this, easier to, like, not have to put in a bunch of colors and accidentally get some wrong position. Just, wow, you're scrambled, wow, crazy. If I go solve... And even, like, how long that would take, right? Like, if you type that something like this in chat, yeah, how long it would take to actually auto-solve the thing. Oh, boy. And, I don't need... If I did have this as some program running on my computer, I don't need, this to, kill performance necessarily, right? Oh, we'll see. I'm just curious if this... Like, this is gonna spit out, like, a full algorithm, potentially, possibly. I'm a little curious of. Yeah, 21. What do you mean 21? Any Rubik's Cube can be solved in 20 turns or less. That's God's number or whatever. What I was hoping is like, so this I imagine, you know, it did some automatic calculating or whatever. Go faster. Oh, and this, the fact that the colors just blend, that's less, it's a lot harder to keep track of rather than physically seeing it turn, but this is cool and all. What I'm almost hoping for is some kind of database. Like, there's 43 quintillion permutations of a Rubik's Cube, -1 for the solve position. Like, I'm hoping that maybe somewhere I could just find some kind of online database of, like, surely that's, somebody's calculated this somewhere, of for every, of the 43 quintillion things, you put in something that is the scramble, and then you get spit out, here's the algorithm that would solve that the fastest. Which, that would probably be massive in terms of, like, file size or whatever, but in theory, it's just a bunch of, like, in terms of an algorithm to solve the cube in less than 20 turns, it's just, you know, 20 sets, under 20 individual letters. So in terms of the characters to store that, it's not that much, but then multiplied by 43 quintillion, but if I just could set up some massive dictionary, it's just an easy lookup, that would be insane. Obviously, I wouldn't fill in that manually. If I could find such a thing, that would be that would be kind of the thing that it would be cool to seek out, because then that wouldn't be fast. It would be fast. But yeah, extremely complex things. Hello, Architect Ent. Welcome. We are working on Rubik's Cube in Unity, and yeah, it'd be getting complicated. I was writing down some of my planning of like wish list, kind of like what would be cool to eventually have in this thing. Well, and the list of things we definitely are going to be doing imminently. But just hypothetically having an auto solver thing. In the short term, I want to at least have like a cube reset that just like reloads the scene or whatever as a temporary thing. But it'd be cool to have a full-on like it just solves itself thing. But I imagine that's not happening anytime soon. But yeah, so yeah, you're just getting here. This is currently what this is looking like. It's great. It's fantastic. Like model-wise, it can be a lot better. I want to do more to get it to look kind of like it, this actual cube where, it's not perfect squares. There's some being rounded on the inside instead of being black. There's like a mix of the two colors. I want all of that going on, hypothetically. But for now, functionally, this is working. As you can see here, the thing's getting parented and then like being spit out. How those are shuffling around. But yeah, it is functional in terms of doing all the turns. Right now, I have an auto turn thing on. I can turn that off. And then now I can just, I can press. I have buttons set up that turn all the different ways. And da-da-da-da-da. I can spam them and do different kinds of turning. And I have stuff to be able to turn, like, clockwise, counterclockwise, do double turns, and all of that stuff. And I can just spam the keyboard and do that. I did do the insane thing earlier this stream of then I actually solved this. Looked at this and, you do the first few turns of something like that is this, and then I'm not doing a full another solve right now. That I'm crazy, but not that crazy. Especially while this isn't completely functional. I don't have all the moves that I would like to have. What was I doing? This one, and then I'm gonna solve the cross just for funsies, and then no, not that one. Pressing the wrong buttons also ain't helping. And then that's there. You're just translating conceptually what I want to do into what turns are gonna make that happen. That's gonna be R. Nope, just R that way, and then B. Nope, and then R. Nope, all the wrong ways. It's fine. Anyways, we got a cross, a bit more of a yellow cross, but if you look at just the edges, we got a yellow cross. So there. Did that. But we solved the whole thing earlier. It was a mess. I almost messed it up at the very end. But yeah, no. And we'll see if I end up doing that again. Make that a super high point channel redeem to just solve my online cube. Not until we get like I need at least all of the moves, hypothetically. Especially just turning the whole cube. Will make this a lot easier. If I'm looking at it on this side, I have to press B, because this is the back face relative to the front, relative to the camera here. As opposed to, looking at it from the front. Be able to turn the whole cube around so I can look at this and have it be B. Or have it be F from here. That would be, ideal. Also, if I'm looking at this in the actual game view, I want this to be functional from this view, which might actually, now that I can see the whole cube, I might just adjust the camera a little bit. I want this default camera angle to be able to basically just see these front three faces in a decent way. Something like that. But this is meant to be the front face. So this gets most of the real estate, followed by this is kind of the idea. Something like... I'm sure I'll continue to adjust this. Another thing that I don't know if I can do, but it would be cool if I could do, is that I would like... Oh wait, I realized that I can... Can I cheat this by... I'll make this a wider camera angle, and can I get more... be closer, but see more sides of the cube, kind of. Yeah, kind of. I don't know if I want to do that, but... Nah, we'll go back to the 60. It was fine like that. Actually, I can flatten it, too. Anyway, we'll leave it default there. Eventually, I want this running in as a thing on my stream, because then people can type stuff in chat and interact with it. And it's gonna go in that bottom bar where that text down there is the plan. So that's gonna be all then rearranged. It would be cool if somehow I could like just have all this be completely transparent and have just the cube. I don't know if you can really easily do that with Unity in that fashion. Although if I had this, put this as a scene in OBS, and then you can add filters and you can color, if I color keyed out black, hypothetically that could work. Let me just, I do plan to end things off soon-ish. Just as something, because I'm just curious if this will work. We haven't even made a build of this yet, so I'll just do that, just for funsies. Whatever, I can clean that up later. I just want to see this running, and temporarily, I want to see, if I color keyed out black, does the edges of the cube look fine, or does it look super weird? I guess we're going to find out. Hello, Ionir. Hello, hi, welcome to the stream. You can make transparent overlay. Yeah. I know that, actually, I've done that with, what did I do that with recently? I did, what was it? That I color keyed something with, I don't remember what it was. Anyways, I was curious of whether you can do that in Unity. So right now we have, oh, it's on wrong screen, but bam, we do have this running full in all its, glory. But whether from Unity, if I can have the background be, I mean, with Unity, but not directly, it's more just C# stuff. Wow, okay, cool, funky. That would be cool to do. Wait, what am I talking about? I know that it's possible. I literally, I blanked on the fact that, hold on, my job, I have a full-time job as a Unity programmer, for a company called Fingerworks Telestrator. We make a certain product or whatever. We made a side version of the program that runs on Windows, runs in, hold on, where is this? Where would it go? Hold on, I will finish my sentence once I get stuff on screen. Bam. This, which is still like, in a very like, I would call it like a very beta kind of a thing, but I helped develop this tool, and this is running in Unity, and it can see through the background. So what am I saying? Like, oh, I don't know if it's possible. I did this, this was, well, I technically I haven't even touched this at all in a long time, but, yeah, anyways, this is a whole thing. Anyways, this is a thing that, it's a thing that lets you, like, you know, draw different, like, tools on screen. It's more run on, like, a proper, like, actually, I, in general, on my computer, with having a 1K monitor and then a 4K monitor, have had some technical issues relating to that, but, if I can just, yeah, wow, look, different tools and stuff, and continue to add more, and, oh, a 3D one, oh, and look, you can customize them, and different, oh, I make this red, wow. Anyways, this is a thing. This is not, like, the main thing. I haven't touched this since last, like, August or something like that, but anyway, and we're gonna be continuing to, yeah, improve it and add it to it or whatever, but anyway. I think it's funny that I completely blipped that this even exists, when I spent months. I didn't make that all myself, but I helped do stuff with that. Anyways, anyways, not important. I know it was funny that I misremembered stuff. What I wanted to bring up was the cube. So I can literally actually save myself some time and go dig up the code that makes that do that. I think that uses some, like, DLL calls and stuff like that, and apply that to here. So that will solve my problem. Fantastic. But in the short term, temporarily, I'm just curious what it looks like if I were to add a new scene in OBS that is a, not just, where is, game capture, I guess. This and capture specific window, the cube. Yeah, boom. Oh, it's covering everything. I'm actually temporarily move that over here just so it's, yeah. I'm just curious of what this looks like if I then go filter and then do the color key. I'm just curious if the edges cut off weirdly or if it looks relatively fine. Color key, custom color, black, bam. Well, see, okay, I see some, like, I guess if it's small, you don't really notice, but I can definitely see on the edges that there is, my mouse is so tiny. You can definitely see that jaggedness. Can I, like, I mean, if I just mess with OBS settings, can you, like, Can I make that a little bit better? I mean, probably it being black doesn't help, as opposed to, like, if I, you know, made the background, like, magenta, and then chroma keyed for that specifically, but... Whoa, like, that's... Oh, yeah, it's gonna be cutting out the middle bit of the cube. Right, that's a thing I also forgot about. So this is, yeah, not gonna be a thing I'm gonna do. We're gonna go the other way. It's gonna be better. I was just curious if this could look decent in the short term, which seems to be not quite, but temporarily. I also just want to get a sense of, like, the size of how big it'll be on screen. Because the plan is, after I finagle more with camera stuff, it's gonna be basically down here, which doesn't look that bad. When it has more polish, it's gonna, like, it's far from being done, but it's gonna be, I mean, even as just an idle thing, I can have it running there right now, just doing the auto turn stuff, but that's not the plan. The plan is for it to eventually, yeah, be chat controlled and not. All right, I do have the buttons. I can stop it, and then I have my own buttons that I can turn it manually, which it'll also be so much better when you can actually see all of the, or when you can see all of the cube by being able to turn it, you know, in here. But yeah, we'll get to that. Oh yeah, speaking of planning stuff to add, there was the visual of back faces. Possibly. I'm not 100% sure on if that's a thing I want for down there, because then I have to shrink it even more. But it's a thing to potentially look into. Just as an example, at this point I should just keep this bookmark open, because I keep closing it and bringing it up many times on this stream. Here, it's common for some Rubik's Cube things online to be able to see all the faces and just showing the back ones. We played around with this a little bit in that putting this in my Unity thing shouldn't be that bad. I can see, like, it would require a little bit of tedious work, but we have a way to make this potentially possible. The question is more whether I even want to do this in the first place, or, not this. How do I, can I not, toggle that off? Sticker hints? Is that, that's what that is? Or just for cleanliness sake, I kind of want to just have the cube. And we will have that you can do X moves, Y moves, Z moves to, like, physically turn the cube around. You know, we'll see. I will figure that out. But I'm leaning more towards just letting the cube be as is. We definitely have stuff that's higher priority before I even think about that. But, you know, this is a cool first start. All right, I'm going to close this for now. And when I do put it down there, I'm then going to move over the other text stuff. But I don't know how much I'm going to squish it. If I want the cube and then beside it, like, stuff that it's doing or whatever, like a list of the you know, last couple turns or some description of that you can interact with it. I don't know. We'll see. I potentially, if I after scrambling it, you get it back to being solved, I want it to have some kind of, like, fanfare. We'll see what that's going to be more specifically. I don't think I'll have it play a sound, because that might be annoying to, like, while I'm doing other stuff, or, you know, playing a game, having that do sounds might not be a thing I want. I mean, alerts already does that, but that's different. I am considering having, like, a redeem thing that costs a lot of channel points to, if it being scrambled, to, like, auto solve it, or a thing that goes in the opposite direction and auto scrambles it again, which I guess you could do that without, you could mess with people without needing it to be a redeem thing, unless you just want the extra, like, ha 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 of it showing up as being a redeem thing. But I want so that you, like, you know, chat can, like, type in commands, and you can type in multiples. You could type in, like, 10 different things all in one message, and it would do all of those turns. You could just type in a bunch of random stuff and, I guess, mess up people's progress. But oh well, if it happens, it happens. Anyway. Oh, it's 11:46. So I do unfortunately think I am low on time, and so have got to end things off soon. I will find someone to raid real quick. But yeah, things going great. Yeah, stream off to or what was it? Rubik's Cube thing. This is our second stream of doing this. So far, so good. Everything, you know, this is going great. We've been able to just get a basic Rubik's Cube functional, and that's awesome. We're gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna let me doing auto scrambly stuff while I'm ending things off. I fear for the slice moves and for turning the whole thing. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that'll be funky. But hopefully it'll be fine. We when's the next stream where I'm going to be coming back to this? I'm just launching, I have my upcoming stream schedule. I guess I'm probably about to post this in my Discord, but you guys can see it slightly early. Is that, so I've been putting as of, this is the third of this that I've made, is just roughly what my, stream schedule is, very roughly. Even last week, a lot of stuff last minute got shuffled around, but so Monday being like holiday, I'm visiting family and stuff, so I'm not streaming Monday. Tuesday's gonna be back at Subnautica. I don't know how many more streams of Subnautica are gonna be left before I beat the game. I expect quite a few. We'll see. Then Wednesday. Oh, Reptilian Goddess, hi, hello. Welcome back to the stream. Are you ending soon? Unfortunately, yes, I am. I'm in the middle of giving my I'm giving my outro spiel, which means you have a good hour. No, knowing how much I ramble, but I will real quick show you. Yeah, look at progress. Look how cool it looks. Rubik's Cube do indeed be turning. Right now we have like an auto turning thing on. If I put this back down here and just clicked into it, I can turn that off, and then I can turn all the sides manually. I can do like turn clockwise, counterclockwise, double turns, all of that stuff. And for the different faces, so front, back, up, down, right, left. Yeah, all of that stuff. That's all relative to green, pretending green is in front, and being clockwise based on all those. And yeah, it's functional, and it's awesome. Dang, I was paying with my sister a whole cube, wow. Yeah, somehow we were able to do this. We are far from done. I've been making this list of kind of things for eventually. So like, auto scramble, like, 20 random turns or something like that. Anyway, just remind myself for later. What we still have to do is slice moves like this. The middle E-turns, like yeah, all this kind of stuff. That's gonna be funky. I have ideas on how we're gonna do it. We'll see how that goes wrong. I want the turns that are turning the whole cube. I want that to be functional. And I don't just want to cheat it by like turning the camera. I want to actually like turn the cube and then update all the positions on where they now are. It'll just make stuff easier for then, because if a center changes, it needs to know whether it's now up, right, left, down, whatever. Wide moves, which is like doing this, which is it's the same thing as just turning this and then moving the cube. So we'll see if I'm able to cheat it, like doing stuff like that. Anyways, so those are the other moves that we still need, and then just other stuff is in terms of just giving it more cool functionality, hooking up chat to it and all that, but yeah, it's making progress. You missed the insanity that was, I solved this somehow. I let the auto scrambler run for a bit, and then I very meticulously, I don't know how long, I swear it took like half an hour. I can go make that. Whoa, starting to make the cross. Yeah, I meticulously somehow managed to solve this, and using this cube here as like a reference and whatnot. Yeah, this is fun to do. I mean, it takes so much longer as I'm even just remembering my own buttons and what they translate to. Especially, right now, a big flaw in this is the fact that, green is always the front. So if I want to look over here and be turning this, it's extra weird because I'm turning based on green. Oh, not like that. Hold on. So getting in those full cube turns will be very beneficial to just conceptually do this. I'm even just remembering what my buttons are for doing, which are just the buttons on the keyboard. This would be, no, back, and then L the other way. Even just getting the right directions in, and then B, like that. Bam, there's the cross at least, and that's as far as I'm going with that. Yeah, so you basically made yourself a new toy. Yeah, pretty well. And it'll be a toy for chat soon enough. Eventually, this will be down there in the bottom of the stream. Still has a lot to go before we, get to that point. Because even just on its own, that chat-controlled thing, that'll be a whole, like, 2 streams or more, like, on its own. I expect that to be rough. We'll see. But anyways, so we're gonna end things off here soon-ish. Just here, as reminding myself what I wrote here at the beginning of, or before I started the stream, and my plans for the next week. Like when we get back to this, it's gonna be all the way to Friday. I do have a cycle right now of like 4 different things that I'm going between, but hey, there's variety, so that's cool and all. So we're doing Subnautica on Tuesday. we'll see how this goes. I have a bit more planning to do before I do this. Doing the Hangman of the Unicycle, where I'm continuing to try to fix my camera issues with the player and seeing how that goes. Thursday, I think we're going to be starting Final Doom, and I was considering whether I want to do just Subnautica until it's done, but I think the faster we go through the Doom games, we can get to the cool ones, and yeah, we finished Stray yesterday, so we'll be swapping that out with Final Doom. And then Friday will be Chat Control Dreams Cube, Saturday Subnautica, Sunday Hangman with Unicycle is the current plan. Eventually I'll be getting to the rest of the Doom games, Heavy Rain, and more stuff. Yeah. Now, so funky other thing that I'm hoping I can do before this, but I'll see if I even have the free time to do this, is that, hold on, I have to find the, where is it? I've referenced, actually, you know what? I am low on time. I do gotta go and like be up early tomorrow. I will verbally say what I was gonna do. So, I've referenced many times that there is a part of, or me trying to figure out the camera stuff that I'm wanting to do. Ratchet and Clank has been, or a few different 3D platformers have been good, like, references on how they do camera stuff. But Ratchet and Clank 1 specifically has a part where you have magnet boots and you go on a wall, and so the camera goes sideways and you can fall off that wall and the camera turns back around upright. And I'm trying to kind of analyze that to see, you know, to try to pick apart how that's done to then try to replicate it. Not completely, like roughly that behavior for my game's camera when you go sideways and then fall off walls, or you can go fully upside down and have the camera just not break. So I have a PS2 emulator, and earlier today was going through Ratchet and Clank to get to the chunk of the game that has that, which isn't that far in. There's a few different parts of the game where you use these magnet boots and go on the walls or whatever. So then I can mess around with that, because there's only so much that information I can get from, like, YouTube videos or quick, like, walkthroughs of a certain level, because, you know, normally they play the game properly, where I need to do funky, like, weird camera stuff to just test, like, the weird edge cases of what the camera does in certain stuff. So I'm looking at doing that, and then, yeah, which I considered, like, oh, do I stream that? But no, I'm trying to just rush through it as fast as I can while, yeah, so, yeah. Pretty much every Ratchet & Clank game has magnet boost sections. That's fair. I've only played the first one, so I don't know fully the context of the following ones, but it makes sense. But yeah, see that making sense. What was I saying? But, so even Ratchet & Clank 1, which is the only one that I played previously, yeah, there's multiple hover boot section or magnet boot sections. So I don't know if I'm gonna find if just the earliest one you can do in the game, if that's gonna be good enough for all the testing I need to do, or if I'm gonna need to then go further into the other ones. But I don't want to waste too much time doing that, because I want to, you know, do more making my game than, you know, playing these games or whatever. But I'm hoping to just quickly, like, that'll be a good reference that might be able to solve my problem if I can just, I don't know. Like, the fact that I can't, like, see the underlying code or whatever, you know, is problematic. But just, there's mainly one specific edge case with the magnet boots. It's kind of hard to describe, but I can see it in my head, where I want to see how that camera behaves when you do it, and if that's going to help me learn information that's going to help me apply it to my camera. But anyways, we'll see. Or whether I think of other games that might have useful stuff, that more modern games that I can potentially look into more behind-the-scenes videos on. But when you see behind-the-scenes videos of games, usually it's like, oh, we made these cool levels, look at all these complicated, like, enemies and guns and whatever. Very rarely, or, like, basically never, it's like, here's how we made the camera, wow. Unless it's some, like, crazy, insane new camera technology or, like, whatever, but, like, that's... yeah, not the case in Ratchet and Clank. Oh, actually, like, it's crazy how a game that old, like, how even, as old as it is, it, like, has, you know, in-depth cool stuff and whatever. Even, only by just playing it early today did I realize that the music changes in different parts of a level. It's not just one track that's for the entirety of a planet. Different parts, have slightly different, audio tracks that it, like, smoothly goes between, which, you know, that's cool. That's effort I did not realize was there, but effort that is very much appreciated. Actually, Ratchet and Clank, your Arsenal has probably even more magnet boot sections in the first or second game. Careful on, spoilers. Cool to, I haven't played those games. Those could actually be good references, though. So, I mean, maybe I'll seek out footage of that stuff. But I do plan to play all the Ratchet and Clank games at some point. Not spoiling, you know, it's a mechanic that is in the game that, well, no, yeah, it is, yeah, it's not like, what would be a spoiler? Ratchet dies, right? But yeah, just, yeah, I don't know, we'll see if I, just the first game will be enough for me to get the information that I need, or if I will, seeking out, yeah, those other ones, I might learn more things, or even like other franchises as well. Get like different like developers' takes on how they do certain things. Could be useful. We'll see. But yeah, it'll be very nice once I can just like iron out these last couple issues with my current camera system and get it like working fully, so we can have a functional player. Both the camera and the player still need more, but if the camera doesn't work, it's hard to even just test player things when you're upside down and launching around and whatever. Even just that my player does extra funky stuff that even like the reference stuff I'm looking at Ratchet and Clank doesn't do. Mainly when you're on a wall, like going along a wall and you fall off, how I turn the player around is going to be different. So it's going to have extra funky stuff that hopefully I can find solutions to, but we'll see. I just finished the first 2 levels of my core puzzle game, which is built. Oh, very cool. Lovely. That's fantastic. All right, well, I gotta go. I'll see you next stream. Hopefully, I'm about to be editing things off myself. I definitely should be editing within the next 3 minutes before it hits midnight. Yeah, thanks for dropping by. Thank you. I will, yeah, I have my thing here. Yeah, I'm gonna be, yeah, this is my schedule. I already said it. We'll end on Cube running and doing the auto scrambler stuff. Wait, is it on by default? It is. Yeah. Look at all that turning. Yeah. Cool. All right, so, yeah, we'll end things off here for now. I'll be back Tuesday with Subnautica, and eventually we'll get back to this and make it even cooler. But even right now in its current state, it is indeed very cool, and that is what I will end with. So, that'll do it for this live stream. If you liked it, look forward to more. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you around. All right, now we raid somebody. I see that Singularity is someone that we raided recently, and he is currently online, so you know what? We will raid them. Almost typed /raid in his chat. Hold on. Raid. Bam and blam, and what is he even doing? He is. Oh, he's doing more level head stuff. Sure, why not? Okay. Yeah, I know. I already said I will. I will do that. Maybe I should be rating like another person doing actual like computer science programming stuff, but. Yeah, well, I don't, whatever. I already pressed /raid. It's fine. All right, so we'll do that. All right, and button is ready to go, so now I will go. All right, see ya. My button's for stopping the stream. All right, bye.